And hailing frequencies are open again. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Shield of Tomorrow, our Star Trek RPG show here on Geek and Sundry Live. It's kind of bittersweet to be here today, as we do have one episode left, but today is going to be marking the end of our full story arc.
What?
And next week,
No one told you?
we will inform what happens next week.
Hector.
Next Friday is going to be our epilogue. So we'll have, you're like, it felt this good the whole time? Why are they only sending sand pencils?
Nothing but respect for my captain.
So, so that's, it is kind of, we were actually just talking about who gets to take what home from the set.
And just to inform you all, no one will cry today.
No one, yeah, I'm sure
That'd be
that's not going to happen
no one.
at all.
I'm
already upset.
Maybe on Behind the Shield we might cry.
Yeah, there might be some, so
No.
tonight is
We
going
don't
to be
do feelings so
also,
much.
No feelings.
No feeling?
That's
I'm
the
organizing
other,
my dice and
Not one.
managing my feelings.
that's the other big announcement is tonight at 7:30 will be the final episode of Behind the Shield. Definitely tune into that. It has been crazy awesome, and yeah, just gonna say and a bunch and lots of us as I try to work through.
No self-conscious, only happy.
Yeah.
I'm fine.
No. I mean, obviously, we want to save any kind of words for anything, but I still marvel that I get to live my Star Trek fantasy on Geek and Sundry of all places, like a thing that I grew up watching, but into the web series world watching and admiring, and then I got to run a Star Trek game on this channel.
This is canon,
fucking
right?
rad.
This is canon.
But not just fucking rad, but also rad because I had you guys as my players. Some of you again, so it's like twice blessed. What is that?
I feel the same way.
And we're not going anywhere.
No,
You'll get
we're
us
coming
again.
back. We're coming back for whatever the new show is going to be, which
know.
we can't announce, and I got to watch my mouth because sometimes I get really close to dropping.
Yeah, you're like the Tom Holland.
Yeah. Dude, if I don't watch it, I will be. Hector, you know the first time I ever roleplayed with you was when we did that Mad Max one-shot when I was covering for Ivan on Foreververse. That was after that game I asked if I could have you in my next RPG show. Because that was.
And what did they say? No? Did they say
They said,
no, yes?
you
Why
think we're
would
giving
we
you another
want
RPG show?
Who? Hector? Oh.
Yeah, so no really big announcements just yet. Of course, we're still waiting to hear about what's going on at Gen Con. I know that the Aux crew is looking to stage a meetup at the food trucks at Gen Con, which sounds brilliant.
Everyone wants food and trucks.
Yeah, so we'll definitely be getting you guys that information out in time. We're currently getting that information. The thing is Gen Con hits right after Comic Con, so we juggle two of the biggest conventions in the summer, right back to back. So our poor staff, they're trying to get us information. We'll have information about Gen Con. That Nerdist House stuff just dropped on the website, I believe.
No.
And Geek and Sundry is going to have a presence there, and we were planning on Friday, but I think it changed, so I don't know we don't know what's going on. I don't know nothing.
But there's a pop-up at San Diego that is going to play host to both Nerdist and Geek and Sundry stuff, and you can begin to look at that information. It's on the Nerdist website.
See, Amy should be the spokesman. So from what I heard is that we're doing GNS is doing a takeover at the Nerdist House one of these days, and we're doing a lot of panels out there that are just going to be Geek and Sundry panels, and it's going to be a place where you guys can come out and meet us and hang. We do have 2 Comic-Con panels, but we're doing 2 off-site panels. Because we don't want to, because let's be honest, most people come to the panels because they're waiting for the next panel. So we want to be able to have time to meet the folks who didn't get a chance to stand in line and who didn't get a chance to see our panel and didn't get a chair. We want to give everyone an opportunity to come out and hang with us because we really want to meet you guys and hang with y'all. So so more information as that comes. I of course have Talon's character sheet, so your lives are in my hand.
And
today.
I'll take that from you because I forgot mine.
So do we have any other announcements at the table?
I'll have a big Gen Con announcement, but I don't know
you?
if I'm allowed to announce it, so I'm not going to.
Good call, Bonnie. Err on the side of caution.
I don't know who I'm supposed to talk to.
Lark has grown as a person.
Yay!
I won't tell anyone.
Okay.
I'll
tell you during the morning
It's
announcement.
this.
The morning announcement. During
The morning announcements.
During the thingy, the
We're back
credits
at
of our
the academy.
faces. Oh, y'all.
Credits of our faces. I love it.
Hector's got an announcement.
I do a show that is called Animation Investigation, and I was able to trick them into doing a Star Trek related show.
I just
because
watched that today.
Star Trek had an animated show that I really loved, and it was nuts. And so that came out last week. So watch that episode of
Where can they find
Animation Investigation. It's on YouTube.com/Nerdist. It's just on Nerdist's
Brad.
YouTube.
I gotta find
You
that.
can watch
Yeah.
that. And I also theorized
really good.
what
It's
they
a
might
really
do
good
in the
episode.
next live-action Star Trek movie. Whenever they get, like, they're planning to do one.
Yeah,
with
'cause they're planning on doing
the
another one.
actors and even though.
I heard that Tarantino's going to direct it, but that they're bringing back the cast from Abrams,
Yes, so that's
which is
Really?
wacky. Yeah,
Is that true?
that's
I hadn't
wacky.
heard
That's a
that.
crazy rumor.
and they're not
But-
going to
Yeah, I don't
replace
think
Chekhov.
that's true.
Right. So
I don't
speaking
think
of,
Tarantino is directing. Sorry, this is not the time. to-
This is all hearsay.
Okay.
but specifically when referencing the beloved Anton Yelchin, who passed away 2 years ago, I worked that into my thing. Is we look at the animated series and we look a little bit at Anton Yelchin and Chekhov, and so check that out if you're a Trekkie and you like
Totally check
cartoon
that
stuff.
out.
I like that. So watch that.
It's definitely it's super cool because someone who absolutely is obsessed and adores Trek is the one that's doing it. So that's
Yeah.
always And by the way, I believe Caitian's first appearance was Star Trek the Animated Series.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh, believe me, I know.
Rick Budd loves the animated series, and I heard that when y'all were deciding about Muntazi, that it is not a coincidence.
Yeah, it's true.
awesome.
What's great for me is a lot of my knowledge of these bigger races off to the side comes from Star Trek Online, and then I've been going back and looking at the animated series. So
I love it. Oh, I do have a quick announcement.
Yeah.
So the Improvised Generation, my Star Trek improv show, we've been on hiatus, but we're coming back for one show tomorrow, and you all can see it because it's going to be live streamed. Yeah.
is it on
Yeah.
YouTube?
It's going to be on
Facebook?
Facebook. So
Oh,
it's Impro
cool.
Studio Facebook.
What time?
If you,
What time?
Yeah, it's going to be 7 p.m. tomorrow. I am not sure I will perform because as you all know, I've been sickies.
Yeah,
So I'm going to see how I
okay.
feel tomorrow, and then hopefully I'll jump up. If not, though, it's going to be a great show.
If it's you, you're a captain, right?
I am the captain, yeah. So 7
wacky.
p.m.
not
If you
still
are
captain.
on Facebook, I think even if you're not on Facebook, like signed up, you can still go to a public page. So it's Impro Studio.
Impro
So
Studio.
Impro Studio.
Last thing, because we got a big game tonight. So last thing I'm going to say real quick is you guys should be hearing more about the USS Sally Ride coming into Star Trek Online soon. That's going to be happening pretty soon now. We'll give you the exact time when that's happening. I can't say more than that, but it is coming. It is definitely coming. Are there any other announcements? Why, yes. Sam.
I do actually have an announcement.
Oh, fire up.
You always do.
I'm going to be
week.
doing an SDCC offsite panel.
Oh,
On Thursday afternoon. Right now it's scheduled from 3:10 to 3:45 at the Harbor House restaurant, just a little bit outside the convention center. But it is queering the tabletop RPG space. We're going to be talking about exploring queerness and queer identities in tabletop RPGs.
You
Is
might
this
have
the
a thing
name
to
of
do
the
to say
panel
on that.
right there?
Roll for queer.
I love that.
That's amazing. Can I though?
So the event will be live streamed, and I'm going to be hitting the Eventbrite link once we have fully locked down that time. So please keep an eye on my socials if you want to watch on stream or come live and see. Talking about that gay. Them gays in space. Space gay.
Them
All
guys.
right. Well, if there's no other further announcements,
And I'm excited.
we can't start without that.
Okay, great.
All right. Let's jump into tonight's episode of Shield of Tomorrow.
Like, I'm in trouble if I'm not supposed to say anything.
That's the first time. That's the first time we've ever gone live, and you all weren't done with your stuff yet.
I think
It just ended with, I'm not supposed to say anything. Hello.
First from last episode, we almost made it a year. By the way, real quick before we jump into tonight's game, this week was the 1 year for Shield of Tomorrow.
Oh my
Did you
god,
guys see
it popped up in my memories,
Did it
and
pop
I was
up in your memories?
gonna post it. Then I was just like, this is just
all these pictures of me, like, oh my god, look at our set.
In Starfleet,
taking pictures of my
going,
uniform.
in front of the set.
I can't look at Amy.
Why? What's wrong with Amy?
her face makes us feel things.
I feel
Yeah,
things.
face.
Nah, I'm used.
Squishy
I'm
face.
used to that face. I'm used to that.
Yeah, you're immune.
Yeah.
How are you immune to Amy's scrunch face?
Repeated exposure.
I just like being close.
That's
so we
not
can all
worked
hold
for me
hands.
yet.
All right, well, we got it.
Don't recreate the scene in Toy Story tonight, please. I just need to get through.
Okay.
Just don't hold
Everyone
hands.
hold hands.
Do it.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I think I start the game holding hands though.
So I think we're all joking and laughing because we don't we don't want to start the first and last
Red
episode.
alert!
Yeah, just kind of like
My
giggling through it.
emotions.
Everyone shields up on your
Shields
heart.
up on Shield of
I was
Tomorrow.
gonna try to initiate a Toy Story 3 ending, but now we can't.
No, we can't. So you're welcome. I
do something
intercepted that. Okay. So before I jump into the episode tonight, because of the situation, I'm going to go ahead and give you guys heads up before I start the recap that I have awarded myself. Considering that this is the big finale, I have 18 threat behind my screen. So I'm for the first time in this game, I'm letting you know how much threat I'm starting with.
How much
because I got
momentum
a
did we
lot.
have?
1.
Oh, great.
I got a lot of threat.
What happened while I was gone?
Oh,
Did you not watch the episode? I did. Okay,
I watched most
Fine.
of it.
The end? You didn't watch the end?
I did watch the end.
I just finished
here's the recap for anybody who needs it. So, on the last episode of Shield of Tomorrow, the crew of the USS Sally Ride was getting revelation after major revelation after major revelation. And it wasn't just on the scale of the plot, it was also on a very personal level with some of us. You guys encountered the planet that you somehow knew the direction to. Martinez just knew where this planet was. Martinez, do you remember the name of the planet?
Yes. Biasu.
Biasu,
have
which
to look at my
translates into the language that you know as the Last Harbor. So you guys arrived in this system. Arriving in the system, the system itself is essentially enveloped in a cloud of magenta, pinks, golds, and purples, as it seems to be at the center of a gaseous cloud that has been created by the dying sun that's in the center of this cloud. The sun itself is a white dwarf, which, as some of our fans have pointed out, play havoc with the basically the space environment around them because they are so volatile and they emit a lot of magnetic fields. In this case, there is a single planet that seems to have survived in the solar system, a lone planet called Biasu, according to the captain. Beaming down, you all found, first of all, it was a demon class planet, class Y. So you beamed down onto the most hostile environment.
I flew down.
You flew down. That's
Thank
true.
you
That's
very
right.
much.
Thank you for reminding me. You
Although-
had to fly down because it was too much interference.
Yeah.
You managed to. You fell out of the sky, but you managed to pull it out at the last second and get a smooth landing in.
I wasn't there, but I was there.
Upon arriving the planet, not only did you discover the remains of an ancient civilization, and ancient is kind of putting it lightly, but you also found a human survivor who apparently had transported himself off of Mal Gog's ship specifically because he knew that you were all going to be there, which would hint that Mal Gog probably saw y'all enter the system and made to run. But before he did, this guy beamed down. And what happened next was, after the before his rescue, the captain was able to use whatever data download that he's got going on in his head right now to actually interpret a lot of the ancient language that is written inside of what looks like this temple. And of course, it turns out that it is a temple to the Iconians, specifically the Iconian Empire. It is a temple that they built a tribute to themselves and their glory. It also revealed a lot more information about the Anchor, and that the Anchor itself is a device that is used to establish a bridge between galaxies. This kind of technology has never really been seen before. It looks like it literally folds dimensional space and creates a rift that allows a pathway from one galaxy to the next, and it's very on par with the technology of the Iconian gateways. Now, from what Martinez has been able to learn about this, not just because of his unusual familiarity with the Anchor, but because of what you read on the inside of the temple, it looks like the Iconian gateway technology is derivative of this device, which means this device actually precedes the Iconian Empire in its age, which is on par, at least in keeping with the crazy-ass thing that Q told you when he said that whatever the source of the pull was...
Older than the Q continuum.
Was about as old as the universe itself.
Wow.
So whatever created this thing is ancient beyond any knowledge and far surpasses anything that you guys have even the documents, even the data that has been preserved by the USS Enterprise on a race called the Progenitors. This would predate them. The Progenitors, of course, being an almost mythical race, and supposedly there's no scientific conclusive evidence, but it is very strong evidence that they were the progenitors of life in this galaxy.
Mm-hmm. Humans, Vulcans, Klingons, everybody.
Yeah. So what you learned about the Anchor was that this device is basically it attaches itself like an imprinting device. It connects to an energy source to use as its point of reference before it can open the bridge. And usually it needs something familiar in a star chart, like a sun or any kind of energy source that looks like it would be mirrored by or capable of the sun. In this case, the theory right now is that the antimatter reaction within the warp core of the USS Sally Ride might have actually been something that it linked to. And the mystery still as to why the captain knows all of this and how he's connected to it is still kind of up in the air. But what you do know is this device, in order to open the bridge that it needs, it actually has to be able to know where it's starting the bridge from and where in order to erect the bridge to where it needs to go. So it needs a point of reference, essentially. Well, aside from the Anchor, there was also the mysterious stranger that came on board the ship, who you discovered, of course, all too late that he was not who he said he was, revealed himself to be Starfleet intelligence, but he knew everything about you guys, an alarming amount, and left a message for Janelle Rue before skipping town after hypnotizing the captain and giving him that message, skipping town on a shuttlecraft which you all watched detonate on screen as it was trying to escape. Only to find out that the cause for the destruction of the shuttlecraft was, in fact, Janelle Rue. Or... Actually, right now, we are picking up after Janelle has been saying, it was me, I did it. So right now...
Okay.
It was me.
Our Dr. Throllo has taken initiative and basically wrapped her hands around Janelle's arm and is pulling Janelle off the bridge down to sickbay immediately. And if I remember correctly, Janelle is not resisting that, is in fact going. And on screen, last we left off, sensors had detected the presence of Captain Mal Gog's ship. It is a modified Orion Blackguard. It's called the Disfavor.
Ooh.
And it has... Apparently, if Mal Gog was running before, he's taken a keen interest in coming back. Interestingly enough, though, sensors are indicating that he is an hour out and not moving at warp. He is currently moving at impulse speed in your direction.
To our course heading?
Towards you guys. Specifically towards the planet. You guys are still in a distant orbit of this planet, which, by the way, the planet itself... is starting to cause havoc on the shields of the USS Sally Ride. Class Y planets are known for their radiation to actually damage shields. So, on that note, I'm going to go ahead and pull a house rule here, and to make it fair, I'll spend a point of threat, but I'm going to roll a d6 to damage your shields.
Boo! Yoink!
It's going to go 2 points. Your shields are 2 points down.
Is that through resistance?
Yep.
Eric's
This is literally just from being in orbit. So the ablative armor is doing just fine. The shields are getting a little battered.
Okay.
So you guys start 2 points down your shields. We're gonna start tonight's episode. Going into Sickbay. Now, you guys have an hour before Mal Gog arrives. So we've got a little bit of time to get some scene work in and to get some stuff out of the way before you guys are going to have to deal with it.
Yep.
So right now we've got Janelle headed into Sickbay right now.
And everyone else is on the bridge.
Everyone else wants to stay on the bridge, yes.
Okay.
But we are currently at Red Alert, and I think you had mentioned at some point you wanted to move the ship away from the planet.
Yes, I'd like to do that now, Lieutenant.
On it.
If you can get us
All right.
away.
Tell you what, let's do this. Let's try to get you guys some momentum going.
Okay.
So I'm gonna have you make a
Control con?
I would say engines con.
Well, I don't have an engines. You mean for Sally?
I'm sorry, I'm talking to Sally.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Gina, this would be an engines con for you.
And control con for
control
me?
con for you.
All right.
Difficulty is gonna be 1.
All right, I'm going to take this to get some momentum.
Okay.
Difficulty is 1.
So we're down to no momentum.
Oh, yeah, 4 successes.
And 1 from Sally.
So that is a total of 5. The difficulty was 1, which means we have just gained 4 momentum.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
So 4 momentum, which is gonna be,
up to
kind of
4.
handy.
Up to 4. We've got the updated character sheet now. We got the.
Okay, cool.
Yes,
Good. Yeah. Okay, so Sally begins to immediately pull away from the upper atmosphere of this planet where radiation is just hammering against the shields. As you guys pull away, you see a tactical window coming up on the viewer where you see a distance. Mal Gog's going to be here in about, if he continues on this course, he'll be intercepting you all in about 1 hour, 15 minutes.
Now would be a good time to get all the schematics of a ship from Zadis if we can.
That's true, and there's also something, Lieutenant Commander. I wanted to work with you. You've been doing all the research for the poll, and if we get close to Mal Gog, he could just detonate at any second, and there's nothing that we could do. So I was thinking, maybe with the help of Zadis, that we could create some sort of way to stabilize the gravity around his ship, or our ship. Just something that we could do to some way reverse the pull.
Perhaps
At least contained.
Perhaps a force field of some type, or
Yeah,
graviton
something.
waves. That could be arranged, potentially.
Cool.
Wait, isn't it possible that if Mal Gog uses the anchor, that he could take advantage of our own warp core? Could that be that fixed point in space that he requires to activate it?
And he already has the star here, the white dwarf.
We could look into also protecting our warp core from. We could look into 2 force fields, basically.
Worst case scenario, we might have to shut down the warp core when Mal Gog arrives. Okay?
That would not be ideal, but yes, it's a
Well,
potential.
even on impulse
option.
power,
It's on the list. I'll try.
if his ship is damaged, we still might have an advantage, but do what you can.
Yes, sir.
Do I have that cylinder that Tobias gave me? Mm-hmm. I have it with me.
Yeah, you're holding it.
Can I remember that he told me that I needed to deliver a message?
It's not necessarily a remembrance, but you have an impulse. Like a subconscious impulse, and you're not.
Is it a half impulse or is it full?
You just you don't remember actually receiving the information, but you have this hazy memory of him handing this to you, and you don't know what was said. But as you're holding it, so this canister, as it looks more like a data cylinder, is more than a canister. It's about the size of a whiskey flask, and it looks like it has some kind of matrix built into it, like a computer matrix, or possibly even a holographic projector.
Somebody wanted to hand me a whiskey flask so that I could really roleplay this. I would not be opposed to it. I'm looking
I have 2.
towards the crew, and they're like, no, don't.
I have cream
Good.
soda.
Well, in any case, I feel like I have very good reason to go and check on my friend Janelle Roux, so I'm going to head down to Sickbay.
Okay.
Okay.
So we're going to cut down to the sick bay. You're not going to be very far behind them then, because
Right.
they only left the bridge just moments ago.
Yeah. Okay.
So by the time, Captain, you exit the turbo lift on the deck, you two are walking into sick bay right now. Matazi looks up from the desk as he sees you both walk in, and just says, "Back already? Is everything all right?"
No. Janelle, was it Dryden? All right, sit. I am talking to you, but I am also talking to Dryden.
I'm listening. You can tell her I'm listening.
He's here.
Rue, I love every part of you, including Dryden. But I will never forgive Dryden, Rue, for what just happened, and for the position it puts you in, Janelle, and for what it means that I've done. Because we chose to delay treatment.
She's right, she's complicit.
It was your fault.
My fault? I just protected us. That was 31 that was about to head back and report
didn't
where you
know
were.
that.
I did know that. You know that. He wasn't appearing on any intelligence list. He was 31 and you know it. You know it, Janelle.
He could have been a lot of things and we'll never know because you murdered him. I have to live with you murdering someone.
From the outside, Janelle looks like they are. I mean, you're not seeing the dialogue happen, but Janelle looks like you can see just the look in their eyes. They're having a conversation.
I'm happy to have lost my shit and say this out loud.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, in which case, it sounds erratic.
That was sort of where we all were
Yeah.
with this.
I told you from the beginning I was a murderer.
Yeah.
Now, we know you are not the first Trill to be put in the position of answering for the crimes of another host.
But they didn't have any agency in helping that situation. And we did,
And maybe we'll have to face consequences for that, but right now, we need Janelle in this fight.
You won't face consequences. The only thing lost was a shuttle.
So I have a suggestion, and I'd like to see if I can get you on board.
And the doors to the sickbay open as the captain walks in.
Sir.
Commander, Doctor. Status report?
I've delayed treatment under the impression that we had more time to deal with the symbiont irregularities, and it resulted in an unanticipated episode where Dryden has committed a crime.
We don't have time for this, Janelle.
What
Mal Gog
happened?
is coming. You need your head in the game.
Commander, what happened?
I blacked out. He sabotaged the shuttle. I saw that he wasn't on the intelligence rosters. Dryden jumped to conclusions.
I'm gonna guess that Dryden believed that this was a case of self-defense, but that is not something for us to figure out right now. Now, I think... Jim, let me know. I think I can rig up something that will work in the short term.
Anything.
I am going to guess, I haven't had a chance to do a lot of observations, but I'm going to guess that during episodes where Dryden takes over, I'm gonna guess there's a change.
Sorry.
Dryden's real mad. He's knocked shit over. I'm gonna guess that there's a change in your isoboramine levels, and that we should be able to detect increased brain activity because you have two brain waves, like all Trill. You know this. I'm Trill-splaining. You have your own set of brainwaves and the ones that come from the symbiont, and I would imagine particularly high levels of activity from that second set of brainwaves right now could mean a takeover attempt. Now, if I can rig up something equivalent to a blood pressure monitor, except that something that would regulate your hormones, and if you are willing, might be able to administer a sedative in the case that it detects an episode like that, it might get us through our very immediate security needs, which I don't think we can do without Janelle Rue.
I agree, and I'm not going to take over Janelle Rue when there's a shit
And if
bearing
Dryden
down
would
on
agree
us.
to maybe stay out of the way and stop making it worse, that would be extra helpful.
I have no intention of getting in the way now. I did the job that you couldn't do. Now you can do the job that I can't do.
He thinks he's done with what he had to do. No saying that he'll still believe that later in the day.
Yes.
Janelle, Doctor, we've got a little over an hour before we have to face down maybe our toughest enemy yet. I'm not gonna lie, we could use you in this fight. But if you feel like it would be detrimental to your very well-being, your health, your mental health, whatever the case may be, then if you need to sit this one out,
No.
then you can sit this one out.
If you're not
It
on that
doesn't
bridge,
matter.
we're all gonna die.
If I'm not on that bridge, we're all gonna die.
Was that you or was that the other
Both
guy?
of us.
It's true.
I was also thinking it, for the record.
Yeah. I'm not there, but me too. Yeah. I think
The important thing, Commander, is that we do whatever you think is best.
You're overreacting. The threat was removed. He was 31. It's done. Now do your job and kill Mal Gog.
Is he talking right now? I feel like every time you roll your eyes, he's talking.
He inspires that in me, sir.
Yeah. Okay.
Whatever it takes. There's a risk that if he tries to overtake me while we're in a boarding action,
I wouldn't do that. That's your purview, not mine.
then something would happen, but he seems to think he'll behave.
I was protecting us.
Would I have your permission to let Zeed know what we've done so he can evacuate you if necessary?
Yes. I trust Zeed. I trust you.
Okay.
So do I.
Doc, you got the order. You have to do whatever you have to do.
He's an idiot fanatic. He does
Get it
whatever you
prepped.
tell him to. I absolutely trust him.
Let's do it.
Do I need to roll to create this device I've imagined?
I'm probably going to ask for a roll because if there's complications, it's going to have side effects.
Story point.
I'm gonna go ahead and burn some threat to increase the threat range on it.
Great.
Yeah.
Why don't you take some of
So
these?
you're gonna go off and do that. So I'm gonna spend 2
Look at all
threat.
this momentum that
So
they got you.
18 or higher is a complication,
All right.
which will likely to lead to a side effect.
Okay. That means it's down to 15.
And I'm gonna say this is gonna take about 10 minutes to put together.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So the difficulty for something like this is gonna be 4.
What's down to 15?
His threat pool.
Oh, great. Thank
Yep.
you.
I'm counting cards.
Yep.
Yeah.
The difficulty's going to be 4.
Yep.
You can do this. Pull some
And
momentum.
what am I rolling? Is it reason medicine?
This is gonna. Yeah, this will be your reason medicine check.
Yeah.
Yeah. This will be.
They call me the min-max.
This will be your thing.
Beautiful thing to see.
I don't think I realized how much I'm in max Throla, but
And I
not
think
exactly.
Sally-
You're good at your job?
I was gonna
Sally
say.
helps. Or can Matazi assist?
Yeah, can Matazi help?
Yeah, actually, Matazi can assist.
Thank you.
Here's your-
He's been doing all that research into
So-
troll-specific medication. He can help me.
That is
fine-tune
true.
this thing.
Take a
That
momentum
sounds
for
like
an
an
extra
advantage.
dice.
Yes.
And then Matazi has 1, 2.
down
Lieutenant
to 3.
Matazi.
You got this.
Burn a determination or wait to see if anybody gets injured.
Use my science
I
dice.
would wait. We're about to go into battle. We need the
You're not a
doctor.
veteran.
Yeah, true.
We need the doctor with all the values.
And worst thing that happens is it's a complication or it
Matazi's
fails.
going to use control medicine.
Which is, fine.
Thanks, guys.
It's a really good
And I cannot think of another time where Matazi is going to be used in this game, so I'm going to burn a value.
Yay!
What is he leaving? Where's he going?
Yeah, we might be injured. We might need him in sickbay.
We still have the MH.
That's true.
Who has no
Oh, that's
values.
true.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who has no honor?
All right. So, all right, go ahead and make your roll.
Value, but no values.
Okay. 18 and above, right?
18 or above is a
Program
complication.
momentarily.
All you got to.
Oh!
What'd you get?
Should I reroll and go for a double or just go with this?
I think we did
You
it.
get so greedy for criticals.
just make
She's already got 1 of them.
When you have that crit range,
3,
I mean.
4 from me.
Matazi got 4.
Yeah!
Because I got 2 from burning the value, and then Matazi rolled a 2.
Whoa, so we were maxed out.
I got
So-
an actual a 1, a 10, and a 12, so I was way far away from the complication
Okay.
range.
So 8
Okay,
freaking
Shane.
successes on that. So
Huzzah.
4 momentum gained,
You're cured.
and
Just kidding.
We have a floating one right
I don't
now.
know what
Yeah.
you did.
Nice.
It worked.
so it'll take you about 10 minutes, but it's all you've been prepping for something like this.
Yeah.
And Matazi is incredibly useful here, filling in a little bit of gaps, making suggestions. It's helping you as you guys both work together to create this compound.
I'm gonna say it's something that like wraps around your arm, but that.
I have an implant that I use already as a pain control device in my spine.
That's
It's been
a better idea.
established. So we can just piggyback onto that.
Perfect.
Sure.
Awesome. So I'm asking you a lot of details about how it works.
Do I withhold details that would let Dryden turn it off?
That is up to you. I'm mostly talking procedural stuff in a like we're about to go combat, calm down sort of thing.
Good call.
And
Okay.
then I'm talking back what I know about Orion ships and the tactics that I'll be using.
All right, so for 10
mutual
minutes,
calming strategies.
Does anything else happen in this scene for 10 minutes?
Yes.
Yeah.
The captain has a conversation with his XO.
Okay, so while this is happening...
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Commander, I can pull you aside a little bit.
Sir.
With everything that's happened, I remembered that Tobias may have wiped my memory or brainwashed me or something, but he gave me something to give to you.
Do we...
I think.
You feel Dryden lean in.
Tobias said that this was for you, that I was supposed to deliver a message to you. I don't know if I know what that message is, but I
Dryden says, it's safe. If it was a bomb, we'd all be dead by now.
There's more to safety than bombs.
Yeah. Oh, you're talking to me. Yeah, I'm sure it's safe. If it were a bomb, we would have been dead by now.
He brainwashed you?
He may have erased my memory somehow, or implanted some. I don't know what it was that he did, but I didn't feel as if it was malicious. Does that make sense?
Did I hear that? I'm on the other side of
He's-
Sickbay. They pulled
I
away.
don't know. Are you speaking in a hushed tone?
Rue has actually been sort of looking over the captain's shoulder with a little bit of alarm at Shishiros.
So you're probably not hearing this, but
So I'm over here with Natazi going.
yeah, I think you're too wrapped up in.
With everything that's happened, Commander, with everything that's happened with me specifically, I feel that right now I am stuck in a position to have no choice but to go along with the things that are happening to me. And one of the things that happened is this instinctual knowledge of where this planet was and what the pull was and what the anchor was and how I was tied into all of that. I can't explain it. I can't rationalize it. And I think that right now, with everything that's about to come to light, I don't have that kind of time. But the best I can tell you is it felt as though Tobias was not malicious. Take what you want out of that, but I was supposed to deliver this to you and deliver a message, I guess.
Thank you, sir.
mean,
I know
thank
you
me,
don't have the time, but we're going into battle.
Yeah.
We're playing for all the chips. You're a captain. You're not stuck in any kind of situation, sir.
Well said.
I'll see you on the bridge.
Yeah, you will. Okay. See you up there.
Dryden's standing behind the.
Make sure they shut down the warp core.
As the captain steps aside, Dryden has been standing behind him and just says, "Still think he was intelligence? Brainwashing a captain? Still think he was intelligence, Janelle?"
I don't think he was in intelligence. I'm still not convinced he was 31. You had no positive evidence for that assertion. All right, I guess I'm going to...
He just shakes his head and says, "I know espionage like you know tactics, and that bastard was 31.
Yeah. And you know ethics like I know engineering.
That's actually pretty close, yes.
Burn!
Well, shall we find out what the not bomb is?
Sure. Maybe it's a last will. Maybe he left you his communicator.
Now I know what it feels like to hate myself. All right. I look to figure out a way to activate it.
The moment you put your hands on
I set up a force field, and then I activate.
Okay. You erect a level 2 force field, I guess? Or level
Yeah.
1 force field.
Just through.
Force field goes up.
Janelle?
Just checking on this thing. I wanted to maintain safety protocols.
What is that?
Captain gave it to me.
And as they're saying this to you, you see a recognition blink on the top of this thing, like you see a light start blinking, like it's recognized your handprints. And you see the hollow projector immediately activates in front of you. And you hear a clicking sound from inside this little device. And in front of you appears a man you've never seen before. He is dressed from his collar down to his feet in black. There is no insignia, there is no rank. But you immediately feel a spike of anxiety from the Dryden memory. And you see this man he has very practical look in his eyes. Strong jawline, hair combed off to the side, sandy blonde. And he just goes, "Hello, Janelle. Hello, Dryden. My name is Sloan.
Oh.
I head an organization called Section 31, but I think you probably know that by now. I had an operative of mine deliver this message to you because some of the activities that the USS Sally Ride has been participating in, from your discovery of the plant creature on the planet that has now been destroyed, to, well, let's just say other illicit activities with Klingon intelligence.
Yeah.
No.
It's taken a keen interest in your activities. However, I've been quite pleased to see that the USS Sally Ride has actually been quite beneficial to what the Federation is trying to accomplish. In fact, I would say that this ship and you all dodging protocol and circumventing the rules has been, well, commendable. I'm going to assume that the Dryden memory inside of you that is no doubt activated again is hearing this too. And Dryden is staring at this thing. And Sloan takes a couple of steps, and for a split second you forget that this is a hologram recording. And he kind of casually leans up against something, the wall next to the medical bed, making himself look a little more comfortable. And he just says, "I'm here to do you a favor in honor of the service that Dryden Rue performed for Section 31. You see, you're not the first Trill symbiont that we've had in Section 31, and, well, these things can get complicated sometimes, and we've developed a way to deal with them." Inside this canister, you're going to find a little gift that I'm supplying you. I think you'll find it quite useful. Dryden knew when he signed up for 31 that we don't ever really retire. And no matter how many times we try to fake our deaths or possibly run away, there's no ever really leaving Section 31. When you're committed to the well-being and the safety of the Federation and its citizens, there is no retirement plan, Commander. Inside this canister, you'll find a device labeled Lexerin 8. It's a derivative of dinocephalic desgranenogene, which has been inspired by a lot of the research that we did when we extracted information from members of the Obsidian Order. Let's just say that this device, when delivered to your bloodstream, will finally put Dryden to rest, at very little side effect to you. If, of course, you're not willing to enact this act of compassion and consideration that 31 is showing you, we will, of course, have to proceed in our unfortunate usual way of dealing with compromised situations when it comes to our existence and security. Though, I should tell you that in typical circumstances, attacking Starfleet officers, even when they're aware of sensitive information from 31, is something we never do. But Dryden's a bit of a unique case. It's not fair to you, Janelle, and I am truly sorry. It's important that Starfleet has people of ethical standing like yourself and your crew, so that you never have to become what we are in order to make sure that you can be who you are. That's all I have for you. We're monitoring the situation with Mal Gog. Unfortunately, you're the only ones out here that can deal with him. So it's just a wait and see. We're, of course, in the middle of all things Dominion. I wish you luck, Janelle Rue. And if all goes well, this will be the last time you ever see or hear from me. And if all goes even better than that, the last time you'll see and hear of your previous host. And it turns off, and you see this panel, and you see a metal syringe sticking out the side.
Your boss gave you what you wanted.
When you turn and say that to Dryden, there's this disorientation because Dryden's not to your right anymore. Dryden is sitting on the medical bed and you are standing a few feet away. Ugh. And Dryden's looking at you from the medical bed.
Are you doing this?
Yes.
You're doing it?
Yeah.
Because it's the necessary thing.
Yeah. If there's one thing you and I have in common, it's that the Rue symbiont must be protected. That's what we agreed to when we became bonded. That's why I've been trying to get you to shut me up.
I still don't know why I don't want you to.
I don't know why either. I died already. I don't exist anymore.
You exist in me, in Rue.
Not for long. He reaches over. He
Just
takes it.
Tell me, why me? Why was I the next Rue host after you? Why did they pick me?
Do you mean the commission?
I know you had your strings in that. Just why?
Because Rue deserves a redemption story, Janelle. He pulls the syringe out. Says, "You're not going to remember I ever existed, and that's the way it should be."
I will. Can't make me forget.
We're 31, Janelle. We're thorough. And he slams it in and starts emptying it in.
Goodbye.
Hey. He pulls it out and says, I need you to tell Lassie. And then...
What?
Like a cloud, just... The disorientation overtakes you immediately, Janelle, and you all hear a thudding sound coming from behind you. And as you turn around, Janelle has pitched headfirst over the side of the medical bay.
Emergency override, shut down the force field.
It shuts down. They have a syringe in their hand.
What have you...
And there's dribble coming out of the side of their mouth, and they're starting to spasm slightly. You can see the syringe, whatever they've got in their hand, has been emptied.
Nurse Matazi, patient has applied an unknown treatment.
Matazi immediately rushes over to Janelle on the ground and rolls them over and goes, "They're going into shock. We need to get them up on the bed."
Get them up. To start testing that, what?
You get Janelle up onto the bed. Rue is completely unconscious. And immediately begins to... the body, it's not a, I wouldn't say it's a spasm so much as it, like, the body seems to contract for a second, like the muscles tense up, and it's not a full-blown episode, but it's enough that it looks involuntary, and like their hands kind of curl up onto their face for a second, and there's wincing. Janelle, you're aware of you see flashes of memories in your head dying around you, fading, very similar to like eternal sunshine of the spotless mind. You're watching like these bizarre amalgamations of memories blending with other memories and words disappearing. You see an image of Lassie looking at you with a smile as the two of you are on a rooftop somewhere. And there's dancing happening around you. She has a gun in her hand and you two are dancing as you're smiling at each other. And then just fades, and one by one you go through all of these memories of your life, memories of murder, memories of regret, memories, the moment Dryden decided it was time to break away, the moment Dryden deleted his name off the 31 database, you feel deeper into the memory of Dryden than you've ever felt before, as it's all being just slowly eroded around you. And it feels like you're in a room that's crumbling, like the concrete's coming around, and you can see a vague image of Dryden. You can feel inside the memory the one kernel that of his personality that is so akin to yours, which was the desire to do more than just be bad for the sake of good. And then as Matazi is pulling Janelle over and he's getting out a hypospray to immediately relieve some of the muscle tension that's happening, Janelle literally eyes shoot open, tears streaming down their face, gasping and coughing. And there's a stabbing pain in the center of your chest. And then it radiates down and you can feel it's the symbiont in pain. And it begins to slowly subside. And that's, Janelle, when you realize you don't remember what just happened. And there's a heavy throbbing in your head. And the symbiont doesn't hurt, but it's you're aware of it. It's that feeling you get when you're on the cusp of having a headache, except for it seems like it's centered around the symbiont itself. It's this mild discomfort and confusion. For a split second, when you look at the doctor, you don't know who she is, but everything about the face you're looking at tells you safe haven.
Neil?
Hello, doctor. I'm in sickbay. I never go to sickbay. I hate sickbay.
And then there's a popping sound from behind Janelle. This device that was left on the floor just goes, sparks fly, and a wisp of smoke comes up.
Oh, I know. I'm trying to do 7 things at once.
Yeah, Matasi goes, what?
How much scan did you get off of that before that happened?
Only that it was a holographic device. I didn't scan very deeply.
What is it? Is it a threat? Report.
Relax. You've just undergone an unknown medical process. It was self-administered. So I'm gonna need you to stay still while we figure out what that was. Jim, did I hear the hologram? We were conversing through the force field, but I'll just take your ruling on this one.
I would say maybe you were turning around as you were hearing the hologram, and by the time you thought you heard a voice, and I would say narratively, you probably would have heard the voice and then turned around like, wait a minute, the captain left. And then as you turn around, you probably turned around in time to see Janelle injecting themselves with a syringe.
Okay. There's a device. You got it from the captain. Someone was speaking to you. You administered some kind of treatment. How are you?
Well, if the captain gave it to me, I'm sure it was a good idea.
Cheers to Captain Martinez.
You're literally just about to step off the turbo lift back onto the bridge when you...
Martinez here. Go ahead, doctor.
I need you in sickbay, please.
I'm on my way.
Turn right back around. Moments later, the doors to sickbay open, and you come walking back in.
Captain.
Janelle doesn't know what just happened, and I'm hoping you can tell me.
What just happened? No, what did you go through with the procedure?
We haven't had a chance yet, but you just gave Rue something? There was a hologram, there was a man speaking, and then Rue administered some kind of medical treatment to themselves.
It's the first I'm hearing of it, sir.
And it's not right for Rue not to know what we're talking about.
I'm gonna go over to a computer and I'm gonna punch in, computer, pull up the video of from when I left to when I just arrived just now.
Okay, so you walk over and the computer complies immediately and brings up, and you see Rue activate this device and a hologram projects, and for some reason, the computer is not getting a resolution on the hologram itself. And as the hologram speaks, the computer is recording. But you see Janelle's leaning in and listening to it and talking. And then you're watching memories that you don't remember happening. And then you see Janelle pull out a syringe from the inside of this thing. And you hear Janelle speaking to themselves. But it also kind of sounds a bit like it's in tongues. And then an injection slams it in. And then you hear, "Tell Lassie," and then Janelle pitches forward and crashes to the ground. And as Janelle hits the ground, you can hear the voice of the doctor shouting for the force field to come down, but it too is scrambled. And then you see the thing pop and explode as wisps of smoke comes out, and all of a sudden everyone's talking normal again. You can totally make out everybody's audio.
It was some sort of signal that device was emitting.
Where did it come from? What is it?
Scrambled arc. It was given to me by Tobias. It was for the commander.
You vaguely remember the Tobias character, but you just watched a video feed of stuff that you did. You have no recollection of doing that was only moments ago.
Are they all right? What did they inject themselves with?
I don't know. I haven't figured it out yet.
Matazi has it. Matazi is scanning it right now and says, "It looks like some form of modified Lexerin. Lexerin's a drug that's used to suppress telepathy and this.
My Esper rating's a joke.
It also has desegrenine, which I've never seen used in a syringe before, but I do remember reading medical reports that certain Cardassian agents would use this kind of compound to awaken sleeper agents. This one looks like it's been heavily modified, however."
This is Section 31.
What?
Doctor, can I speak
What?
with you privately for a moment, please? Commander, are you all right?
I have a headache and feeling a little bit funny, but
Tazi, can you get them some water, please?
Yes, Captain.
Did you just what? Section 31?
Doctor, can I talk to you for a second?
Okay, yes?
I want to pull Shishiros aside.
Okay, and Matazi comes back with the water.
Tazi, you watch them.
Yes, Doctor.
I'm letting a lot of things happen on my sickbay.
Slow.
What is going on?
I think I may have made a huge mistake. I think I gave the commander something that may have erased their previous host. It was given to me by Tobias.
Who I accidentally just helped murder.
Yes. Doctor, what we're facing in an hour aside, I don't know how we can accurately describe this to the commander. Are you understanding what I'm saying? This might have to be a slow process of letting them know what happened and what they may have lost, for better or worse. This isn't something we could just dump on a person. Do you understand?
Yes.
I think we might have to bring in the ship's counselor. I think this may be a weeks, months, years-long process of recovery and healing, if that's what needs to happen. I don't know if this can be undone. I have a feeling that I was possibly lied to, taken advantage of, or this may be the very best thing that could have ever happened to Janelle. I don't know. I don't know.
Could be both.
It could be both. We might just have to let the commander be the commander for now.
Yeah.
Okay. For what it's worth, I'm sorry. I didn't know what happened.
I'm sorry. I'm starting to have serious doubts about leaving you alone with whoever that was.
I guess I just want this whole thing to be over.
Can I get out of here yet? I hate sick bays.
Just as you start speaking up, the lights in Sickbay fluctuate. And you hear, this is Jiv to Captain Martinez.
Martinez here. What's going on, Jiv?
I'm detecting some kind of power drain from outside the ship.
From outside the ship?
Yes, Captain. I think we need to discuss this with our science officer. It's not coming from inside the ship.
You're in engineering?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Talon and I will be on our way. You may have to shut down the power core.
You want me to shut down the warp core?
Yeah, that might have to be what we might have to do. We're on our way. Martinez to Lieutenant Commander Talon.
Go ahead, Captain.
I need you to meet me in engineering immediately.
Yes, sir.
Jiv Damala.
Together.
I'm already on my way. I saw the lights.
Okay. I kind of thought we were working on it together during this.
Yeah, y'all were probably working together. Yeah.
On the bridge.
During that.
Yeah.
So you also get the call.
Yeah.
And then you're already on your way down.
Yeah.
Okay.
Doctor, I don't know what to do in this situation. It's your call, but just make sure that they're okay. Okay?
Will do, Captain.
Thank you, Doctor. Thank you.
Thank you for your reminder. All we can do right now is move forward to the task at hand.
That's right. Thank you, Doctor.
Lark, I need you to make a roll.
Uh-oh. Oh, gosh. Okay. What kind of roll?
I need you to make a reason con roll.
Okay.
And you can totally use computers, navigation, your
Okay.
focuses.
What's the
Sally help with
difficulty?
Yes, Sally would definitely help with this.
What's the difficulty?
Difficulty is going to be 1, so this is a good chance to get... Oh, you guys might actually be fine on that.
I'm just going to take one just in case. Why not?
Okay.
What would this be? Computers. Con?
It's going to be... no, I would say it's going to be Sensors Con.
Sensors con? Okay.
Yep. So it does, I believe it does reduce by 1. Yeah. Let's go ahead and make your roll. Two, okay.
No, we get one momentum back.
So, Lark,
Almost-
you're
almost.
you're currently proceeding at 1/4 impulse. You've moved away from orbit of the planet, and Sally's positioned right now is essentially at slow ahead. And it's just on chance, as you're just, I mean, you really don't, you're in one of those frustrating situations, Lark, that you've always found yourself in when shit is going down, but your job is to keep your damn post and make sure Sally flies.
And everyone's on the cons. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Doing molecular gravitational.
So-
Damn it. Okay. I'll
So,
just-
Lark, as you're sitting there just doing your job,
Yeah.
doing your duty, that can't be right. You look down and you notice a discrepancy in the distance the Sally ride has traveled in the past 5 to 6 minutes.
Uh-oh.
Based on the speed, you guys should be much farther along than you're moving. It looks like, for a split second, the Sally at 1/4 impulse has only traveled about half the distance. You can do a momentum spend if you want more information, but it is an anomaly for sure.
I do want more information.
Okay, you...
Can, like, I know everyone's busy. Like, things are going all the thing. Can I do, like, my own kind of scan?
Yeah.
I'm just like...
You can
this is
basically
like
run a diagnostic
navigational
on the
thing.
computer.
Yeah, this is like a
Okay,
navigational
so-
thing, maybe.
Ding, 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 ding. You just kind of work through some of the command lines, and the first thing that jumps out to you is the chronometer, the bridge chronometer, is also off.
So all of our sensors are off right now.
Not this. All of your computer's clocks are off. The chronometer itself and the distance traveled looks like it's slightly off. Do you want to spend any more momentum?
Time.
Lieutenant Sage to Captain Martinez.
As you're just now getting down to the engineering deck.
Martinez here. What does it say?
I know everyone's very busy right now, but remember when we first encountered Mal Gog and we kind of lost time and things?
Get to the point, Lieutenant.
Something is not adding up, Captain. The distance that we're traveling and the computers on the bridge, everything, time is wrong. I don't know how else to explain it.
We might be being affected by the pull as we speak, Lieutenant. That might be what is happening right now, which means we might have to shut off the power core, the warp core, immediately.
Uh-huh.
Keep your eye on everything, Lieutenant.
Okay.
Keep me posted.
Okay.
We're trying to put our best brains together to figure it out right now. Thank you.
Yes,
Martinez out.
Captain. Should I get maybe like one more scan or one more?
You can spend. I won't have you roll again if you want to spend another momentum. What are you trying to learn?
Okay, so you're saying the distance that we've traveled, we've only
About
got
half the distance.
and the time is wrong, meaning it's ahead or it's behind.
Right now, it's ahead.
So we've
you traveled
jumped
half
forward
the-
in time, but haven't moved.
Like it took you longer to get where you were going.
So if a train is leaving St. Louis,
So you know those dreams you have
When you have
where you're
3
running as fast as you
apples
can and the
and 2
hallway
oranges.
gets longer?
Yeah, that's what's happening.
That's the best way to illustrate it
Oh.
for Sally.
Ooh, it's a nice camera zoom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Think of it like a wide angle lens pulling back, jaw style.
I
It's
think
kind
we're all
of.
on drugs, Captain. Okay, no,
Captain, we all did shrooms.
Inception. Okay.
So, you guys get to main engineering, and you're with them, right, Talon?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
came.
Yeah, okay, so
came down
everybody
together.
comes in. Jiv is typing away furiously on the data pad, and he goes, "Get that upstairs." And he looks at you all as you approach and goes, "Captain, I don't know how to explain this." He walks over and brings it up, and he's like, "We're marking a 15% power drain from the warp core," and it just spiked suddenly.
from outside the ship.
Yes.
You run any scans? What's our preliminary data saying?
All I can do is internal diagnostics. I need science to do the scan outside the ship, but I can tell you that it is an external force. Nothing inside the ship is registering any kind of power usage. And then there was a strange field detected around the ship.
While he's talking, I walk over to a side panel and start to log in. And
Okay.
Lieutenant
You bring
Sage
up the
just
science station.
informed me that the chronometer is wrong, and we've only traveled half of the distance we were supposed to apparently have traveled. Are we experiencing fluctuations in space-time?
You see Jiv go, "Oh."
I'm searching.
All right, make a roll. This is going to be a reason science check.
Oh no. What? That's really just not.
I'm connecting
I think
dots,
it'll be okay.
but I'm not down there.
If you want to
Yeah.
take momentum, maybe just because you're not strong with that.
This
Yeah,
is
pretty
not going to be an
terrible.
assist from Sally. This is going to be a straight up Talon putting
Okay.
2 and 2 together.
Hey,
Unless you're
Would I
scanning
be
for
allowed
something.
To assist
Sally
since
has her
I've
own
been
ish at the
sitting here
moment.
studying
I know
with
assist from Sally.
the
'Cause
lieutenant
our-
commander this whole time,
Assist with Mala.
and I've been.
Well, first of all, what specifically are you doing?
I'm looking for what he's saying. Like he said,
Are you going to run a scan?
yeah, a scan
Okay.
to see if they're like what is draining. Is a
Outside the
drain
ship.
coming from somewhere outside the
Okay.
ship?
Okay, so then yeah, you would get an assist. I thought you were going to answer questions. I didn't know you were using the computer. Yeah.
got it.
I have an
So,
answer.
Go ahead and make a roll, your reason science roll, and of course Sally will make her sensors science roll.
So Talon is using a momentum.
So then,
Yes.
what difficulty? And it's reduced.
Difficulty is 4 and it's reduced to 3.
3. Okay.
That's Sally.
Reroll. Too good.
Love a cautious.
One not good.
Love a cautious.
Hey,
good.
that's
Okay, what'd you
great. I got 5.
2.
Okay, so
So
Talon,
what was the difficulty?
difficulty was 2. Oh no, 3. There's 4 reduced down to 3.
So,
So we're super maxed
We
out.
have like
Okay.
5.
So you bring up external sensors, logging into this remote science station, and doing a quick external scan of the ship. Talon, you pick up a field of chronotons that has bombarded the shields of Sally Ride in a wave. And
Captain.
if you want to spend any more momentum for any more details,
Science officer.
but
Oh, do it. Yeah, I get my science.
oh, you get your science officer question. Okay, they are the pattern and the distribution, the wave pattern of these chronotons, the way they're flowing in through space-time right now, is identical to what you encountered in the nebula when you first encountered Mal Gog.
Captain, we're getting a familiar wave of chronoton particles.
Let me guess. Mal Gog?
Yes.
Chronoton
I
particles?
believe so.
That's what I thought. Well, he was supposed to be visiting us within an hour. How much time do we have left?
Less.
What are
Okay.
shields at? Do I-
Shields are still just down 2. Shields are down 2 points.
Martinez,
However,
They're above. They're protecting us from the chronoton particles, or
yeah.
Okay.
Well, the ship's computers. I mean, you guys are still being affected, but it's not. The ship itself, just like Sally, the first time you guys encountered this, the ship itself does seem to be affected by space-time, regardless of the shields. However, Sally loses 1 from her power.
Okay.
from power.
Can we roll the power thing? Since we
no.
haven't disabled the work core. Cool.
No, it's a power drain.
Martinez to Lieutenant Sage.
Yes, Captain.
How's it going up on the bridge? Any updates?
The only thing I can think of, Captain, is that if we're jumping forward in time, the energy drain isn't actually an energy drain, but it's actually energy draining at a normal speed. We're just seeing it.
Experiencing it differently.
Exactly.
Understood.
We're all timey wonky stuff. I don't want to say the actual quote of a Doctor
You fought
Who
so hard
show.
to get around it.
Tiny wonky
It's like
stuff?
me and the word massive. You just got to navigate it.
Wibbly wobbly
Tiny
the thing,
wonky.
thing, Captain.
I might be able to help with that. Just give me a minute.
Okay, so
right.
before you make that roll,
Yeah.
Lark, what you notice too,
Yes.
as you're telling him this, you kind of glance up at the tactical display, and you realize Mal Gog's ship has closed the distance dramatically.
Oh.
And it's still moving at its normal impulse speed, but it does look like it has accelerated.
Because we're.
You guys are about 15 minutes away from an encounter.
Oh. Okay.
Oh.
We're already talking, but I'm gonna hit my chest anyway, Captain. Panicked. Captain, also, even though we're not moving quite as fast as we should be, Mal Gog is moving probably twice as fast as he should be, so we have about 15 minutes and counting till an encounter. You might want to get back up to the bridge.
Stand by. We're on our way. Thank you, Lieutenant.
You're welcome.
Nice work. Martinez out. All right.
Jiv just goes, I'll do what I can to mitigate it down here.
Yeah.
What did you have in mind?
There might be a way that I can free up some power from places we don't need to make sure that we have it in the places that we do.
Do we need to shut off the warp core?
Can I recommend against that, Captain?
Yeah.
I also recommend against that.
If you shut off the warp core, you'll save the warp core, but then we'll be fighting Mal Gog with
Nothing.
nothing.
I might be able to. We've been working on that force field. There might be a way that I can deploy it early and just hope it at least buys us some time for the commander to board and hopefully save us.
Well, I don't know how much time we have left. I'm making my way back up to the bridge. You two need to be wherever you need to be. I'm
Yes,
assuming
sir.
you're going to stay
Yes,
down
sir.
here.
Yeah.
Jiv, I'm going to stop by Sickbay to see if I can pick up my secret weapon. But otherwise, if you need to be up on the bridge, I'll meet you up on the bridge.
Beautiful.
Yes, sir.
Where's Zadis?
He comes running from the other side of the warp core and goes, I'm here. I've been listening to the whole thing. He comes jogging around the corner and says, No, I'm here.
You might need your help.
Okay.
Ooh! Sorry, I'm not there either.
Baby, I love
I'm just sitting on the bridge by myself.
Okay,
I have my
so-
keys. Where is everybody?
So we're going to start proceeding towards our encounter. So let's get out of the way. One of the what do we want to do to set up for this? So, Gina, what would you like Mala to do? Because in all honesty, there's not a lot you guys can do to prep. It sounds like Mala is the only one that really has anything they can do before the encounter.
Yeah.
I said I'm picking up my secret
I
weapon.
mean, if
we'll
I
get to
can,
that.
I would like to do a power management roll to be able to reroute power from some various places to gain an extra power.
To get power back?
Yes.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. Make your check. What's the difficulty on that? 2?
It's 2.
Okay. Go ahead.
And it's either
Jiv is going to
daring
assist you.
or control engineering. Which one
Jiv
would you
is going
like?
to assist you, so I don't see this being a problem. All right. So I'm going to have him do insight engineering. Okay. Jiv will give you Jiv is going to give you a success.
It says it's either daring, engineering, or control engineering. Which one would you like me to do?
I would say control engineering.
Okay.
Yeah, since you're not doing this in the heat of combat under fire, this would
Cool,
totally
cool.
be control engineering.
I would like a momentum, please.
Jiv is giving you 1 success. If you land 1, then you've got 2.
Great.
We'll hit it.
Okay, I'm gonna reroll.
Oh boy.
Okay, that's 2 successes from me.
Okay.
So 3 total.
3 total.
Get our momentum back.
So we get another power back.
You gain. Okay, so Sally should be up to full power now, right?
Sally's still at full power now.
Okay, cool. Jiv goes, that'll do it. I have a feeling we're gonna have to do this a lot.
We're gonna have to what?
I have a feeling we're gonna have to move this around a lot. I have a feeling we're gonna have to keep maintenancing this throughout the entire
Oh yeah, no,
encounter.
I'm not leaving. This is where I belong.
Okay.
And I'd like to scan for weakness.
When it gets in range, you can totally
Okay,
do that.
all right.
Yeah,
Okay,
absolutely. Yeah, that's what Sally.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's what Sally does.
And I would like to start implementing all of the possible potential, anti-graviton protection shields around the warp core, if that's the only place I can do it.
Probably.
I don't know
yeah.
how big I can make it, but if it's at least around the warp core, we can keep power and they can't mess with our core.
Okay, I'll have you roll for that in a second.
Okay.
Did anybody else want to do anything before I have her roll for that? Because after the roll, we're going to start moving into the encounter.
I have an idea that I want to throw at Mala really quick.
Okay.
Chief Wren from Lieutenant Sage?
Yes, the lieutenant. What's up? Yes.
Yeah,
yes,
okay.
Yes.
If you, the shield of displacement that you were working on to put around Sally.
Yes. You got an idea?
Okay, what if we modify? So what's happening? I feel like it's almost kind of like a magnet that's making time wonky.
Yeah.
What if we put it in front of Sally, just in front of Sally, almost like a shield,
Like a dam.
and like a dampener, like a displacement regulator, and see if it'll
A dampening field equalizer. Yeah, we can
mirror
probably
it
do
back
that.
to Mal Gog. I don't know if that'll work. I'm trying to make it to where it's gonna affect him, like it's going back on him. I'm mirroring it back. GM, look, is that a thing?
You need more
Something
information.
deflector array?
A molecular gravitational
Deflector
displacement
array?
regulator.
But for chronoton particles?
You'll need
magic
more
word.
information on the nature of what Mal Gog's doing to do that. It may because what you're suggesting
We have
is
at least information on chronoton particles. I might be able to figure out how to bounce them away.
possibly. But
like a mirror.
but to answer your question, in order for it to be deflected back, it needs to not be an area of effect.
Okay.
And right now, you don't know if it's
Where-
directed at you guys,
Right.
if it's just happening all around you. You just need more information.
But you see what I did there?
I'm not.
Shield.
I'm not saying it's impossible.
Okay.
I'm not saying it's impossible. And in fact, you can actually spend momentum to do things that are supposed to be impossible.
I just really wanted to
still have
use the
that
big
overflow,
words.
Right?
Yes, the scene. It's still the same scene. So yes, you do have
We
the
have
floating
a
momentum.
huge overflow of.
But
I'm
we
gonna
are
just take
we're
some of
al-
this floating
but
momentum.
we're getting really tight on time. So let's-
Okay. Big words, big words, big words. Make a mirror.
Yeah.
you
A
cast-
gravitational
you cast the level
molecular.
one spell.
Well, I spend
Dysfunction,
the research to
displacement,
spit all
deflection
of
field.
that out at Lieutenant Commander, and is that something that's possible? I can build it if you can tell me how to make it.
Yes, I think so.
Okay. So you're going to try to come up with a device that will deflect chronotons back at Mal Gog to give him the time effect, and you guys not. Essentially.
Yeah.
Almost like a
Wizard ship.
mirror shield. That,
So, using the deflector dish, it might be possible to
Yeah.
reverse the flow of chronotons that are happening around you. But again, Talon, it will depend. Because if this is a disbursement that's just happening all around, the best you can do is create a bubble to stop the Sally from jumping forward and backwards. However, that might protect Sally and her systems and everyone on board, but it's not going to prevent it from happening if you're still within the area. In other words, if you are within this chronoton cloud, if that's what it is, space-time is still going to be moving. Sally won't be. So it'll allow you, at the very least, it'll allow you guys to operate normally. Because if you remember, your first encounter with Mal Gog was jumping forward in time and missing huge blocks of moments. You guys kept, one moment you were on the bridge, and the next moment you were in a brig on his ship, and Zadis was being executed. Then the next thing you were
Shuttle.
the next thing you were climbing through a duct to escape. Then the next thing you know, you were in an armory. It just kept jumping forward in time.
It was good times.
So you might be able to prevent that from happening this time, which will give you an edge because that's what Mal Gog used against you guys last time and got you before you had a chance to open a shot.
and if it happens on him, then they will be losing moments in time.
Yes,
Haha.
theoretically. Again,
Mirror versus
Mal Gog didn't seem affected the first time, so it's all
true.
theoretical.
I would still like a safe, quick one around the core if it's as like an emergency,
Sure.
like last resort. That's the last thing we do.
Okay, so with 10 minutes,
Yeah.
this would be an excellent opportunity to do a timed skill extended task.
Okay.
But since we're crunched on time,
Too crunch for your time job.
because this is exactly what extended time tasks are built for, and it's a fucking great mechanic, and I love it. But I'm just going to have this go into a roll.
Okay.
But as a result, to compensate for the fact of going around that mechanic, I'm going to set this very, very high.
Can I assist from the bridge? Like send like my idea down? Like
I mean, you can assist.
yeah.
I would say.
Like here's big words.
I would say you're probably. I would say Mala, you working with Sage and probably in conjunction with with science. You guys working together. I'll allow one of you to do the assist.
Okay.
However, this would be a good time to spend.
Yeah.
Yeah, you already knew. All right, so you are essentially trying to use the deflector dish to create a bubble around you to prevent you from being warped through space-time on the encroaching alien device that has the ability to pull galaxies apart.
That's exactly
and
what
bring them
I was
together.
trying to say.
So, the difficulty is going to be 6.
Exactly.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm setting the difficulty at 6 for this.
And what's the role going to be so we can figure out who does it and who is this?
Yeah, who's taking
Sally
point?
is going to be using her sensors science.
Commander, can you roll for Sally?
So I'll drop the difficulty to 5 because you're using your sensors. Actually, no, I'm sorry. That would not be correct. She can use her engines and
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
engines and science. I'll let her use her engine science.
So it's still
Engine
6.
science.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the difficulty is still going to be 6.
Okay.
Now, who's taking point on the roll?
What is
Who has the
role
better
going to be?
value
Does
to
it-
pop a determination?
It's going to be an
I
engineering
mean,
check.
I've got him.
Okay, so this sounds like it's going to be
It's
you,
anything with
Mala.
engineering.
Yeah.
Like
So
literally
here-
every
here's
value
what I'm going to do. Only one person can assist. So I'm going to enact a little rule here, and I'm going to allow. I mean, there's really. You've never done something like this before, Mala.
No, but doesn't matter. This is what I love.
So here's what I'm telling you, though, Lark. I'm going to allow, since it's going to be you doing it, Sally, and then it's going to be Talon. I'm going to allow the presence of Lark give you a focus.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we're going to. What is your science rating?
3.
Okay, so I'm going to give you a focus. So whatever skill, if you roll 3 or lower, I'm going to say you have a focus, and it'll bounce off of your
Is this a
science
control
stuff.
science roll for me?
What's that? It is a control science roll for you?
No, I'm saying, is this a
No, it's going to be an engineering
Oh,
check.
okay.
But your specialty, I'm giving you the ability to use
the
a specialty here.
Okay, sure.
As I'm giving you a focus in science right now, essentially,
Okay.
to do this.
Okay.
But it's your yes, it's going to be an engineering check, but
Right.
it's going to be. But I'm giving you. So okay,
I
so
mean, I've got warp core, I've got jury rigging, I've got systems augmentation already as a focus, and all of these things are.
oh, you do,
that.
don't you? Well, warp core. What do you have?
Warp core, jury rigging, systems augmentation.
Okay, I would say systems augmentation would totally
Yeah.
apply here.
Yeah. Because you already has a focus.
All right, then I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
We'll house rule this. I'll lower
Okay.
the difficulty to 5.
Yay!
Since and,
All right.
and that'll cover that. This is a crew-wide effort, and we're kind of
pretend I
skipping a
was
mechanic
here.
that you.
And I'm
It's an
burning my
advantage.
determination because I'm an engineer at heart who doesn't need instructions. It takes a team, and I need this challenge.
All right, so
All
make
the
your roll.
values.
Let's make the rolls. Let's make the rolls.
What shall I roll?
Difficulty 5. So, you, Talon, are going to be rolling your.
Burning a thing for me, please. Thank you.
I'm going to have you roll your. Talon, I think you would roll your control science on this.
Okay.
And then who's rolling for Sally?
Man.
All right, cool.
Commander.
All right, make your rolls. Difficulties 4.
Purdy.
It's like the heavens opened up.
We're gonna get so much momentum. I think. It's
Yeah.
6 from me.
2 for me.
None?
Nope.
You would have almost 9.
Almost
I think
knocked him.
record. All right.
Tied at 9, I think.
All right, so you go to work.
And Ghost
Yeah.
Lark is like, well done.
Yeah, I know. I know. Actually, I would just have you speaking to me, and I go into that zone, and I just start just talk everything at me. Just speak, speak.
Thermal,
Just quick
displacement,
glances at
reaction
Zadis,
field,
quick glances
equalizer,
at,
dampenizer,
Jiv.
coil translator.
Zadis is in full focus mode, so is Shiv.
It doesn't. Yeah, I like watching them work.
So just so you know, there's no time to put up a force field around the warp core. But if this works the way you
Yeah,
think it works,
I won't need it.
You won't need it.
Yeah.
So the plan that you've attempted to enact using the deflector shield to deflect chronotons appears to work.
Yeah.
Mal Gog is about to enter long range, and as that Orion Blackguard ship is pulling into the view screen, you all see this shimmer around Sally outside, just and this weird sort of marbling light effect all across of her shields, this dapple effect across her hull, as chronotons are affecting space-time all around Sally right now. And Talon, on sensors, you're watching this beautiful display of terrifying amounts of chronotons bouncing off of Sally's shields as her deflector is lit up and kind of enveloping her in this bubble. Outside, you're watching the pull, Talon. You see, you're not sure if it's the computer detecting a warping, like a distortion in space-time, or if the stars are moving. It's difficult to tell because right now the Sally ride has become what appears to be a fixed point in the middle of a storm. So it's difficult to actually get point. There's a moment where navigational systems loses their bearing on where you guys are in space as everything just kind of distorts a little bit. However, the computer is able to visualize, to keep visual on Mal Gog's ship, which is still closing in, and Sally's computer systems immediately realign itself. And using that, it compensates, and Sally kind of sees it so. As you're closing in, you're being hailed.
And at some point in here, I assumed that I had a chance to see that Rue checked out on all their basic, like, not currently falling apart checks.
What's kind of creepy about what's happening with Rue right now is you wouldn't know that anything happened to Rue if you didn't see it for yourself what happened down in Sickbay.
I'm perfectly fine. Please let me out of here.
And in many ways, it's kind of the same effect of Sally losing her bearings in space without the stars and without the navigational systems in play. It's with Rue's normal demeanor, how normal they are with what just happened, it's hard to tell if they're okay. It's very hard to tell.
You wouldn't stop in the middle of a systems check, and you know it. But we're nearly done here. I know you hate being here, and you are cleared. Back up on the bridge with you. Report to me any other unusual symptoms, and
Yeah, of course, absolutely. I go for the door, pause. I swear I remember you saying something to me that was really important.
no time
We'll
now.
have to talk after
Figure
all
it
of
out.
this. Yeah. Thank you, Doctor.
We're gonna go on break.
And I sit down and cry.
It's a little
With the
early.
end scene.
I got it. Here it is. Here's the perfect thing we can do.
So
Before we go on break, here's the perfect thing we can do. Captain Martinez can do a ship-wide broadcast. This will be a few minutes in the past before Mal Gog shows up.
Okay.
This is what I will want Rafael Martinez to say. Computer, ship-wide broadcast. Attention, this is Captain Rafael Martinez. We are a few moments from encountering Mal Gog. There is no better equipped crew to handle what we're about to handle. We're going to get this job done. There is no better crew. All hands to battle stations. Martinez out.
Ox crew scrambles to battle stations. Everyone is scrambling to their duties. Everyone is like clockwork. Matazi, seeing Throlo, just comes over and says, "Doctor, are you all right?" Yeah. He looks like he's never seen you cry before, so you see he just, ears are kind of slightly aback as he kind of leans down and says, "Is there anything I can do?"
Our jobs.
They'll remember, Doctor. I'm sure of it.
We'll talk about it if there's a future.
And Matazi, like the Ox crew, goes to stations. We're gonna go to break, and when we come back,
Real quick.
Mal Gog.
Chief for Intelligence Age. Awesome job. You did it. It was great. That was amazing. That was amazing. That was
So
amazing.
we'll be back in about 10 minutes. Don't go anywhere. We'll see you then. Yeah, Thordak continues to suffocate in deep space. And you guys watch on the view screen as this dragon just kind of...
He was a jerk. It's okay.
Shouldn't
This
have
is
been.
for Iman.
It just floats.
You shouldn't have been talking shit.
Get!
That's what you get.
Captain, there be dragons here! All right.
He bounced off the shield. Sorry.
We have the Chromacons with black and black.
Wow, those chronotons. They'll take you to crazy places.
Chromacons.
Chromacons.
Okay.
All right, so we got a game plan.
Battle stations.
Let's jump in, folks.
Yeah, this is
Oh
fine.
boy.
This is fine.
Nothing's on fire.
Nothing's on fire. This is fine.
Give it time.
Yeah, so we pick up with this this Orion Blackguard, the Disfavor, coming into view. What's the scale of the Sally ride? 4, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, so she's about the same size as Sally.
Oh, good to know.
Coming in, same size as Sally. She is boasting both a phaser array, a disruptor array, disruptor cannons, and photon torpedoes.
Oh, God.
She is. Her forward arc is deadly.
Okay.
Yeah, Rue, those disruptor cannons probably immediately attract your attention. They are monster weapons. As the disfavor starts coming into range, you hear you're being hailed.
On screen, Lieutenant.
It's
On screen.
it's audio only.
Oh. It's not on screen, but
Oh,
you can
you
hear
should have
it.
told me that it was
Sorry,
audio
sorry,
only.
Captain.
You hear a voice go, "Here we are again.
Mal Gog.
If you hand over your captain, I will let you all live."
I'm sorry, there must be some confusion. You are going to relinquish your item, the anchor that you currently possessed, and you're going to turn yourselves over so that we can take you into custody, Mal Gog. Otherwise, you and your crew will be destroyed. We have orders to stop you at any cost. Let me repeat that. There is no scenario in this where you come out okay. This is it. If you don't power down your weapons, if you don't lower your shields, if you don't turn yourselves over peacefully, you and your entire crew will be obliterated. That is not a threat. That is a certainty.
My, how you've grown, Martinez.
Okay, skip the chit-chat. It's going to be either yes or no, Mal Gog. Right now, let's go.
Here's your answer. If you don't surrender yourself immediately to my ship, I will send enough chronotons to age this entire solar system. And I will see to it that you are lost to time forever.
Mal Gog, that's not how this works. I'm going to give you one more chance out of the kindness of my heart. I will say again, one more time. We have the advantage, you have none. We know exactly what your ship is capable of and what it is deficient in currently. We know what our ship is capable of. If you do not lower your shields and turn yourselves over, you and your crew will be obliterated. I'm trying to appease to your better senses here, Mal Gog.
Mala, make a control engineering check.
Okay. Momentum, please.
The difficulty is 4. Sally's lights begin to flicker a little bit, and you hear there's a power drain suddenly.
Okay.
It is significantly stronger than the last one. Make a roll.
Can I assist if I notice it?
What's that?
Can I assist if I also noticed it?
Oh, everyone notices it. The whole ship's lights are
Can I
going
either
flickering.
have Shiv or Zadis help me?
Or yeah. Oh yeah, you're an engineer.
I'm in engineering.
Oh.
I'll let Sally assist you.
Okay,
Well, yeah.
sure.
What's she rolling?
Sally is going to roll her computers plus engineering.
Is this a control engineering?
For you, it is going to be this is going to be a daring engineering.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah.
Rerolling? Oh well. 3 successes.
Okay.
Ooh.
2. Okay.
So one back.
You immediately see a buildup of chronotons outside of Sally's shields, and
Yeah.
the
just shoot
deflector
some
bubble,
ensigns.
the
Move.
deflector bubble that you have erected around the ship, immediately the very power that's causing that bubble to stay intact, it's almost like there's a bajillion little piranhas on the outside of the Sally Ride just chomping away at the shields. But the moment you see it, you immediately redirect power and restore. It's like the moment they get through a layer, another layer. The moment they get you immediately countermand it. And however,
Nice try.
Lark, you see outside space-time is being warped, and you're monitoring it as well. Mal Gog's going to get initiative. He gets first attack. As all of a sudden space-time around you guys just... Nobody on board is affected, and Mal Gog opens fire.
Yeah. We're ready for him.
Yeah.
Our shields are up.
I'm going
And
to
we're not
spin...
jumping through time.
Our eyes are clear, our hearts are full. Can't lose.
All right.
Keto bags are loaded.
Your target, avoid. I'm going to add it. I'm going to go
Inertial
for an extra
dampeners are
20 here.
damping.
To you.
All
right.
resistance.
Opening up with...
Firmly
damn
in
it.
place.
Whoa, whoa.
Here's,
Where's the account?
That's what the ship sounds like right now.
all right. Ooh. So the increased difficulty, because he is at long range and he's firing with disruptor cannons.
Yeah.
So it's going to be
so
a
that's- yeah.
+2 difficulty because the range is short on disruptor cannons. And what is, let's see, difficulty is 2. He's got 2, so 4.
Yep.
So he hits you.
Oh crap.
He shot y'all. All right.
Can I do evasive maneuver, or what? What do I?
No, we have to take it for now.
On our turn, we can.
That's what I'm trying to find. I need to find my flying powers.
It's
Wait, you can
okay.
fly?
I
can regenerate shields. Don't worry.
Yep.
Yeah, I know,
Okay.
but for preparing it,
yeah.
You fly your little heart out, girl.
I will.
Keep your heart where it is, please.
At
Sage.
page 232. And I wrote that down right.
What is Sally's resistance?
6.
6? You take a point of damage.
1 point.
Damage.
1 point of damage.
I'm angry about the point of damage.
It's just one.
Just one.
Just one.
Sally shakes. So take a point of damage off of your shields.
Okay.
Yep.
5.
We're down to. We're down to 5.
8 down to.
8.
Oh, were we?
We were at 9.
What were we at?
Gina
Cool. All right,
Gina
then
got
we're
it back
at
for us. So yeah, we're at 9. So now
I
we're
got
back.
power back, not
Oh
shield.
crap! So we're
I
And
had us
now
at 7,
combat's going to
actually.
begin.
All right.
Okay.
So
Now it's 6.
I have us at 6. I could be wrong.
Okay. I'll trust your read. It's possible I didn't
at
restore
the
them.
beginning of the episode,
Right.
and then 1 just now. So
Yep.
3 down to 6. Correct.
He is currently at long range. He's
Okay.
his. Yes. So you both are at long range right now.
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
Lieutenant, cut that man off. Commander, lock onto that and fire.
Hi, sir.
What's your action?
I'm following my captain's order and firing the photon torpedoes.
Do you want me to
Photons?
scan for any weaknesses first?
I think I would have liked that, but I'm following my captain's order.
Too fast. Let's go.
Okay.
Just got hit.
So you're going to fire its photons. It's long range, so that's the range of the
so
weapon.
it's DC 3.
DC 3.
Same as if I were firing with the medium phasers, but hey, let's go for. I prepare the torpedoes as a minor action,
Okay.
calibration quality,
Cool.
and then
Oh, that's right.
Yes.
You're firing. That's right. You need to.
Yes.
So calibration is only a minor action.
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
I'm going to take 1 for cautious.
Great.
Can I use my advisor role when I just ordered the commander to do that action?
You might want to save it for a directive.
You can do it.
then I can fire
only
it
do
down.
it once, though. I mean, he can do
Yeah.
it more than once.
You can do it. You can do it, and basically, you're giving your action to Janelle to fire.
Yes, with just a possibility so that they can reroll because they're being
Yeah,
assisted.
if you want.
That's all it is.
Absolutely.
So you
Oh, the talent.
The talent.
Got it. All
The
right. I thought
talent.
it was the action.
The
All right.
talent of
Lovely.
advisor.
Awesome. Then I have 2 rerolls
Here we
available
go.
to me. I have 3 dice. I make my roll.
Cool. So what'd you
Is
get?
Sally rolling as well for weapons?
Sally also rolls for weapons.
Yes, weapons.
Weapon security, weapons.
Security,
It
I
should be
would
weapon
say.
security.
Okay.
No, maybe not.
You got two rerolls. Can you reroll?
I
think
can, in
twice?
fact, yeah.
Much better. It went from an 18 to a crit. So
Yep.
What?
I'm
That
not
is
mad at that. So that is 5.
None from Sally.
None from Sally.
Okay, so 5. So,
Yeah, so-
did you say you were doing a spread?
No,
Just
because
one?
I'm using a torpedo
Okay.
that will
Yeah.
give me
I have
the
that.
high yield quality.
Right. So if you do a breach, you do an extra.
Right.
Yeah. So go ahead. All right. So you fire. This is the first time Sally has unleashed her quantum torpedoes.
I'm
so,
not a fan of torpedoes.
So go ahead and you strike the shields of the disfavor. So go ahead and make a roll for damage.
All right. And then we're also floating some number of momentum that's going to be relevant.
okay.
And when we get closer, I could do evasive action or attack pattern. Attack pattern might be something.
Do we know
Yes.
how much momentum is
that's-
floating right now?
That's very good.
That's a good question.
It's a new scene, so I think it might have. We
You
might
guys,
be down to.
we just did a lot of damage.
Yeah.
Great.
How many dice are you rolling?
6.
Okay.
So the base damage of quantum torpedoes, which is 4,
Plus
our
the security of the
which
ship.
is 2.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
All right. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. That sounds right. Yeah. So 12, and then the high yield quality is going to be tasty here as
Go,
well.
Rue. Go, Rue.
So
That's in fact max damage.
Yep.
Wow.
We shot those pew pews.
We shot, I believe, all of them. Pew pews.
We shot all the pew pews.
Is that it? Is the battle over? Did we win?
And we have momentum to spend on resistance or on penetration, which will help get through their resistance. Because I rolled
Yep.
to get us higher
Yep.
than 6, right? So we have like 1, so I can reduce their resistance by 1. So their
Alright.
resistance, barring a blade of armor, should bring them down to 3. So 9 would go through, typically.
12 minus 3 is 9.
Inflict 1 or more breaches and inflict 1 additional breach. Groovy. Also, you'll get a threat.
Shit. Is it though?
okay. You see this quantum torpedo, the single shot, slams into the shields. There's a good chance that Mal Gog has never seen a quantum torpedo fired before. This bright blue arc lancing out from the Sally Ride's forward torpedo bay, smashing into this Orion ship in front of you guys, seems to have a pretty powerful effect. For anybody monitoring, so I'm guessing that would be you, Talon.
Yes.
You track on sensors that he just suffered 2 breaches to his structure. And you see it rattle and shake. Thanks to the high yield quality, because you caused 1 breach, which automatically gave you. So, 2 points of damage to the structure of this ship.
So 2 breaches.
2 breaches, which is going to. All right. All right. So, what are you going to do now? Are you keeping that?
Yes, we have quick to action, so we can pass. We can maintain initiative for free.
Yep. What are you doing?
I think we'd like to scan for weaknesses. Wouldn't you agree, Lieutenant
Or would
Commander?
you like to use a directive so I can fire?
Either one.
Well,
I mean,
I
we
don't
already
think you
know
can
there's
attack
2
twice. You can only attack once.
Directive from the captain.
Does a directive give you the opportunity to attack twice in one combat?
I only get twice.
You only get twice?
Yes, twice is the maximum I get.
If I can do that, because I just used my talent of advisor, but this is a different thing.
Yeah, that would be
Yeah.
your captain action.
Oh, right,
Or
right.
we can scan for
I
weakness
see,
first.
I see.
Would it help if we did that? If we did an attack pattern, which reduces the attack difficulty by 1?
It could conceivably. It also makes us easier to hit. I like you on evasive maneuvers.
But anyway,
Oh.
call it, Cap. Scan
I'd
for
like to
weakness.
take my action, Commander. Do that again. Harder if possible.
So you get 1 action? Okay, so you're not going to be able to fire torpedoes, because you need a minor action to calibrate in order to fire. But you get 1
Is
action
it
here.
not a full additional task?
Huh?
Is it one
It's an additional
action
task.
rather than an additional task?
It's an additional task. So you're gonna
Okay.
you won't. So you can either calibrate torpedoes for another fire, or you can fire phasers.
Phasers? Are we within range to fire phasers?
It will be the same difficulty, sir.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Not if it's attack pattern.
I've never heard that stop you before, Commander. Get it done.
I just want to fly.
Yes, we will
Alright.
be attacking with phasers this time.
Okay.
Are you still using your advisor thing?
You taking any cash? Caches?
Caches?
Yes.
Right. Why
Money
did that
has
happen?
been outdated for hundreds of years, Lieutenant Commander. Yes, I will use, I guess, my advisor talent again, which is whenever I assist using the command discipline, the character being assisted may reroll
You're not
1d20.
assisting, though.
It does
I'm
say
not
the CO
assisting.
assist the task.
Okay.
It does. It says what?
The direct action
I'm gonna just start rolling.
Okay.
says that the CO
Becomes pertinent?
assists this task using the command skill. This action may be used once per scene by each character as action.
Well,
Let's just blow them up so Janelle can go back to sickbay.
We all agree.
Full gun.
all right. That was 3.
Hector, you get to assist.
3 to hit.
I don't need to. We're good.
Okay.
We got it.
gonna
I mean,
let
I guess
them
we can
do-
get bonus, but
Thing.
Oh, we got this back.
Okay.
but hey, if we want to,
How much over? Any over?
Okay, so that will give us,
got
and that'll
what
give
we
us
lost
2 momentum back
Oh.
additionally because I'm successful on the check.
Okay,
So
so
we're
we
going to
have
use
one
that for penetration to get through their resistance.
Great. And we're
Lower their resistance.
Yes.
We're good.
Until it is.
La viva la resistance.
What do we think of the resistance? Is it going to work?
I would find it for some reason inevitably failing in some respect. So yeah.
Come on.
Be snorting during battle.
Come on, Amy.
There were very small
Really?
ones that probably didn't get picked up. They were like under the breath
Oh,
snorts.
okay.
Well, it's not last time, but I won't sneeze at it.
Yeah, it's not too shabby, but
What do we got?
Yeah, sure. 5 with 2 spread.
5 with 2 spread. So total.
Oh, right, because it's half damage. So 5 plus 3 plus 3.
Okay. So let's split that straight off.
it's 11 for people keeping track at home.
All right. So 5.
Math
6,
is
8,
hard.
11. All right. So that's 11 damage total.
Yes, using bonus momentum from the versatile quality to bring down the resistance by 2.
Okay.
Good to have you back, Commander.
Yeah.
Of course.
All right. So this phaser strike, you see it break the shields of the ship and immediately puncture into the hull of the Blackguard. And you see violent decompressions taking place across its starboard side. And you think you see bodies flying into space. Underneath this cloud of white gas, it immediately ejects from the side of this explosion. And the ship lists slightly.
I gave him 2 opportunities. I do not bluff.
Parts fly into space. Their turn.
We're now down at 9 power.
I'm spending 4 threat.
Yikes.
I'm not saying this is a goal,
And
but
I-
if we could lock on to Mal Gog's signal and beam over here to our brig, I wouldn't hate that.
Oh, I'm already forming it.
Okay.
Noise.
Cool.
Noise.
How are their shields, incidentally?
Their shields would have just dropped.
Yes.
Would have.
Ooh, so we could.
So yeah,
Like
that
would have and did, or would
Shenanigan
have.
o'clock corner. Start picking what you want to do.
Like would have if blank, or would have as in did.
Would have if blank.
Oh.
Well, in that case,
They got super shields.
we're gone.
Okay, so as Mal Gog begins to turn about, it looks like the ship is listing, and Hector, Martinez suddenly feels this wave of dizziness.
No.
And you all watch suddenly as outside on the view screen, Mal Gog's ship literally freezes where it is.
What?
And your computer screens all around you, remember how I said you guys were having a difficulty triangulating? It begins to warp dramatically. And you guys watch in astonishment as that gas escaping from the ship goes and all the bodies go right back into the ship and the hull goes and sensors are indicating all of the damage just done to the ship goes even the scorched marks evaporate from the center of the hull where it hit, and the shields go.
I know what my actions are.
To make matters worse, the difficulty on all of Sally's actions for the remainder of this round of combat have been increased by 2.
By 2.
They've activated the Omega-13.
They basically, and Hector, Martinez immediately begins to feel this wave as you feel this strange sense of if a human being could feel like a data conduit, but you almost feel yourself like something's trying to talk to you. And as you're looking at the screen, you're hearing some of the shouts. You can even feel the palpable rage coming off of Janelle to your left at the tactical station. But as you're sitting there listening to that, you hear this strange sort of chitterous sound in your head. It's like a clicking sound, almost like if data could be heard as it was like flowing through your mind. He's activated the anchor again. Except this time, as the anchor is activated, it's found you. And as you're sitting there kind of thinking about it, you're feeling this wave of dizziness as you're watching this miraculously happen in front of you. And it begins to set in on you as this data is like flowing through you. It's like opening up whole vistas of knowledge that you didn't know that you had locked in there. Captain, it thought the Sally ride was a star. And what you're getting from it is that this device, this anchor, is semi-sentient, and it is not Iconian in origin. What you're getting is, this thing seems to know that Sally Ride is a ship, and it seems to know that you're the captain of the ship, or the navigator, or the star charter,
Or the sextant?
or the sextant.
I'm definitely the
And
second.
after the noise kind of like dims down in your head, all of that thousands of voices that it felt like it was talking to you in unison, it was basically, for a second as you blink, you realize it's asking you for instructions.
Push on the pole.
And you kind of,
I like this.
for a second, you guys, for those, Janelle, you would turn and look at Martinez and notice that he's, I wouldn't say it's as bad as Ray in Ghostbusters 2, who's like gawking at the painting, but Martinez is totally leaning forward and staring at the screen, and you can see in his eyes, he's not, for a brief moment, he's not on the bridge. And then as it comes to, you begin to realize you have a link to the anchor. When Mal Gog activated this for the first time, it looked for a star. The Sally Ride just happened to be coming out of the nebula all that time ago. And so its first activation, it thinks you, it essentially identifies you as the navigator. Mal Gog thinks it's him. Mal Gog clearly doesn't know how to use this. It's you. You can hear it. There's a throbbing feeling in your temples. Your brain was not meant to process this language or this information.
I stand up from my chair and I walk towards the view screen.
There's shouting all around you as Mal Gog is slowly. When this guy gets into range, because on his action he's moving in one step closer, which means those disruptor cannons are going to play. They're going to turn the Sally Ride into a paper doll. All it's going to take is a few shots. And as it closes in,
I convey, with all of my emotion, with my thoughts, with everything that I can, I convey the feeling of leave. Leave this galaxy. We're not ready for this. It's too dangerous for you to be here. If you have an intelligence, I implore you, I am begging you, leave and close the gateway.
I'm going to have you make the most important roll of this whole game.
Come in. Captain.
I'm ready.
Come on, Captain. I'm believing you.
You got this, Captain.
I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting you to say something like turn off or lower shields or something.
Nope.
I'm going to have you make
Save yourself.
a presence command roll. You were speaking to an alien device.
Good values. Good directives. You got all this.
This is so cool.
I am going to set the difficulty astronomically high.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm going to set it at 6.
6. Okay.
You want like
Take
3 of
two.
these?
Yeah. Take.
You do not get any assists here. This
Take
is
two
all
extra
all
dice.
me.
Take as many
This is
momentum
all
as
me.
you need, sir.
Take
Yeah.
2 more dice.
Let me everybody slow down. Let me do this
sorry.
one step at a time.
Sorry, Captain. We want to help you.
I'm taking 1 momentum to get a 3rd.
And 2
Die.
momentum to take 4 dice.
I think I do want to do that. You said the difficulty was 6.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right?
the difficulty is 6. This
So
could be a very
I'm
short
going to
combat
take
if you pull
another
this
2,
off.
and if I could borrow somebody, can I borrow
Yeah.
that blue one so that I
Yeah.
can get you back the blue one? So I have 4 in my hands.
So you've burned all that you can burn to gain
One more.
dice.
Yes. Here's the other thing I want to do. I want to burn a determination
Okay.
to get an automatic 2 successes.
Yep,
so all I have
absolutely.
to
Pretty
shoot
smart.
for is 4.
Yeah.
The determination I'd like to do is the directive. Do I have to use one of my values?
You can use stop Mal Gog at all costs.
Or one of your values, either one.
Yeah.
I would like to use my value of. Yeah, I think this one's going to work.
It's a good value.
I want to use.
That's okay.
I think I want to use belief in Starfleet, but I don't have it anymore. But I like to take one out and replace it automatically.
You can do that. You can challenge a value.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
You can
Yeah,
challenge
yeah.
a value. So
I think
which
I'd-
value would you be challenging? Because you replaced the Starfleet one with something else.
I guess I'm challenging married to the ship. Is what I'm challenging.
Which you can actually you can challenge that because the thing is
It's more than the
It's greater.
ship. It's everything.
you can challenge that value
Married to
to
the ship.
you could what are your other values? Because let's find out what the other values are.
Prejudice is the most dangerous. Everyone aboard the ship has a vital role. Married to the ship, no one gets left behind. Violence is a last resort.
So I would say I would allow you to challenge Married to the Ship, and it could be a moment of realization that the Sally Ride, the ship, are the people that are standing next to
Yep.
you and
Yep.
who are sitting next to you, who are your crew. It's not the warp core, the seat you're sitting in. It's not the crazy awesome sensors of the quantum torpedoes.
It's not the romanticized idea of
No, it was never. It was never about the center chair.
yeah.
It was never
not.
about the center chair.
It's not. But the thing I have, the thing that's been reignited is my belief in Starfleet. Is going back to that core idea of exploring strange new worlds,
Okay.
new life and new civilizations. And this thing has an intelligence. This is new life.
Yes.
And I'm telling it, we're not ready.
So make your roll, and I'll totally let you do that.
All right.
All right.
Here we go.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
That is
Yeah.
That is good.
Yeah.
So I got it.
You,
6 successes. But
Six
then with
successes.
the total is 8.
8
With that-
successes.
8. We've got
Yeah.
eight.
With no assistance, burning a determination, burning all the momentum you can burn.
My captain. My captain. My captain.
We did it. We did it, everyone.
You watch Martinez stand up and walk towards the view screen as disruptor bolts slam into the Sally Ride's shields. And amidst the shouting and chaos and gases that are ejecting from the top of the bridge, as you're hearing Jiv saying, "We've got a breach, we've got a breach," you hear Martinez suddenly shout, what do you say? Again.
Leave. Leave now. We're not ready for this. It's too dangerous for you to be here. Leave and close the gateway. Please, I implore you, I am begging you, leave.
Martinez, you're standing on a sea of stars. And all around you is eons of time and space. Nebula, comets, the house of existence. And beneath you, as you stand and looking around, it ripples almost as like you're standing on the surface of water. And in your hand, you realize you're holding the sextant. And then you realize you're not alone. Something is moving towards you. It looks like an entity of some kind. A light, maybe from a distant supernova. And for a moment, as it steps into view, it kind of blocks out, and you see somebody you've never seen before. Someone dressed in a very simple white, looks like a Starfleet uniform. An old Starfleet uniform. Not quite TOS era, but just after. You've never seen this individual before. You've never heard of anybody who looks like this because their features are oddly. It's not going far enough to say they are definitely androgynous looking. It's difficult to make out exactly. I would say, let me put it this way: they look completely human neutral in every respect as they approach. Like you're looking at the blueprint to how to make a human. And it comes walking up to you. And you immediately feel this sense of calm as it approaches. And it stops in front of you and says, "You have come as far as you can go. You have the choice, Rafael Martinez. Is humanity ready?"
If you're asking me what I think you're asking me, the answer is no. No, we're not.
And you see a small smile come to the being's face and says, "That is an act of compassion." And reaches down and gently takes the sextant. There will come another time.
If you are who I think you are, it was an honor to meet you.
The honor is mine. You are my maker. And I transcend time and space. And one day, we will meet again.
Live long and prosper.
And the small smile as you're on the bridge, this and the rattling stops for a second, and you hear Jiv go, no, sorry, what is happening? Computer systems are malfunctioning, Captain. I'm getting damage reports from damage that's not there. I'm getting false readings all over the ship. And in front of you, you see Mal Gog's ship listing with the hull breach and gas coming out.
Commander, are their shields down?
Their shields are down, and they're without power.
Aye, sir. Their shields and power are both down. All the way down? Power?
They're without power, completely. Life support is failing on board the ship.
Commence evacuation procedures. You know what to do, people. This is what we do best. Hail the ship, Lieutenant.
Yes, sir.
Might not be able to receive it right now.
Mal Gog, this is Rafael Martinez. If you can hear me, we are helping in your evacuation. I suggest you stand down and let us help.
You're static. Lark, you read that you guys are getting through.
Mm-hmm. He hears you, Captain.
And then, after a few moments, you hear, acknowledged.
Engage tractor beam.
Aye, sir.
Good work, people. I sit back down in my chair.
As you sit back down in your chair, Martinez, you don't remember what happens next. As you all watch the captain as he sits back down into his chair, you see the signs, Throlo. You're on the bridge?
Yeah.
I took it you're on the bridge.
Yeah.
At your station, you're glancing back at the captain. You immediately see the signs. He's blacking out.
I turn around.
You get to him just in time as the blood just drains out of his face. As he collapses into your arms, everyone's watching. His synapses have been shocked. And as you're holding him, a quick scan will reveal he needs a cortical stimulator immediately.
Do I have that in my med kit?
Yes. Yes, that would be. Yes, that would definitely be in a med kit on the bridge.
Great.
Cortical stimulator. He's going to suffer brain death.
I'm applying the cortical stimulator right now.
So I need you to make a. I'm going to set the difficulty of this at 5.
Oh.
I need you to make a reason medicine check. Or no, this is going to be a daring medicine check.
All right, so we're buying at least one die.
Yeah. At least.
How's you have your determination available to you still?
I sure do.
Thank God for that.
We already took one for. You want 2 dice? Yeah, we already got one.
Difficulty 5?
Difficulty's 5.
And you said it's control medicine?
It's daring medicine.
Daring medicine. That's better, actually. Not great, but
You have emergency medicine, don't you?
I do.
That'll apply.
Great.
Do you want another dice? You want 4?
I think I'm gonna go ahead and blow my value here. Blend my determination.
Which one?
You help who you can, where you can.
Yeah, it's a pretty good. It's a pretty good one. Yeah, go ahead and do it.
I've got a couple that apply here, but yeah, the full force of control that which is within your control is motivating me right now to apply this brain. How is this? Okay, so please roll
automatic
the-
So we still need 3.
Yeah.
All right, 3 out of these 3.
1 momentum down, so you do have at least 1 reroll.
And my target number is a 14.
Oh!
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Ooh. She crit twice.
Damn. You guys chose the right game session to break out the big guns.
Yeah. So we get our 2 momentum back.
So you immediately, as you guys are all alarmed, as you see, as all of this has happened, you went from this few moments of combat to Throlo on the ground with the captain, and you hear beep beep, like this, the alert coming out of the tricorder that she's losing the patient. And she immediately pulls over to cortical stimulator and applies it, and clear. And Martinez just spasms. It doesn't work initially. You see that it's almost like for a split second, you've never seen anything like it. The brain activity, it's like something came in and pushed Martinez aside for a second. It's like something came in and literally injected his mind with a whole new set of instructions. Like all the neural activity that you normally see activated in Martinez, something else was present, and it's Martinez is fading fast. The cortical stimulator manages to agitate the neural activity in his brain, and you see it start coming back. A second jolt is dangerous, but it's his only chance. With 7 successes, you jolt him again. And Martinez, you awaken to the worst headache of your life. This stabbing sensation, the best description would be an ice pick in the top of your head with somebody moving it around.
Whoops.
Intense pain. I would say you're probably hitting a 7 or 8 on the pain scale right now. As you feel the pull of the skin on the side of your head from the cortical stimulator, and limbs are completely weak. Martinez is suffering from an extreme exhaustion and is going to need some regenerative time in the sick bay, and is oddly laughing. Martinez,
I feel like shit.
you have only a vague memory. A vague memory. It's like trying to grab a dream when you've woken up. You know you spoke to someone.
Do I remember the being?
Not entirely. You I would say not the being, not the, you don't, I would say you spoke to someone.
I'm gonna say this next time I read Jim Kirk's autobiography. I'm gonna cry when I get to that chapter, and I won't know what's happening. I'll be like, this is weird. I'm just crying.
I would say,
so weird.
Honestly, I would say, you know what? Why don't we do this? Why don't we make it a roll?
Yes.
Why don't we, instead of me pulling the narrative on you, why don't we see if Martinez is able to grab a hold of that experience? Because I could see on a subconscious level Martinez gripping that experience like a life vest.
Yeah. And I'm about to say, Raphael, if I didn't know better, I'd say you had a guest just now.
I would say roll Control Command, and again, I'm gonna set the difficulty at 5.
Ooh. Take some.
I want to hold. I want to hold on to this.
We got 2 back. We were up to 4 at the moment.
Yeah, we were down to 2.
I didn't think we were.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'll take 1.
Up to 4, and
Yeah.
Because he got
So that we now we're down to 1.
On his.
On
we were
4 down to 3.
Yeah, but it was so we
have
got
the
2
extra
back. Only 2.
5.
We were down to 2.
I'm gonna take 2 more. I'm gonna try to hold on to this. I'm gonna take 2 more to get that 4th one.
I want you to remember this.
Yeah.
Mal Gog's not
Control
going
Command.
anywhere.
No, he's not.
Mal Gog is
got it.
happy in prison.
Aww.
Can you reroll?
Quite.
Do you have cautious?
cautious?
Can you reroll?
Nope. I rolled 2 19s.
Oh no.
How many did you get?
I got 2 successes.
All right, so
out of
this is
5.
what I'm going to leave you with. A sensation, a strange sensation that it will probably sit with Martinez for many years to come. A feeling that for a brief moment, things for the human race came full circle for one brief moment. And while you cannot remember the context or the exact events, you can't help but feel that what was important was done. And maybe one day, maybe in a fitful sleep, or maybe one day you'll be looking through a telescope, but maybe one day Martinez will remember, one way or the other, the encounter.
Sir, any explanation for what's going on here? Not used to my captain pitching forward in the middle of battle. Though, it worked.
I can't say that I have any recollection or any idea what just happened, but I feel like everything that was supposed to happen happened the way it was supposed to. I'm just going to go out on a limb here and say that Mal Gog doesn't have access to the anchor anymore.
Can I do a scan for that?
Sure. It would be an easy device to detect on board your ship, considering the power and energy signatures. Go ahead and make a reason science check. Difficulty will be 0 at this point. Sally,
taking a
yeah,
dice to get
sensors.
more
Yeah,
momentum.
Sally will roll her.
Oh, yeah, we are
security,
rolling.
sensor
Yeah,
science.
Sensor science. Sally's gonna roll her. The ship is
one.
Yeah,
listing.
let's just
Powers
absolutely
off.
juice the ever living
Let's just
out
juice
of
it
Yeah.
up. Do the science. Juice us up.
Thank you.
You need to borrow another one? No, you're good.
I
You have
got
the 3.
three.
Okay, that's right.
3.
And
You
one from
detect-
Sally, so 4.
More momentum.
So you detect. All you're detecting are signs of bodies. There's about 12 dead on board that are currently floating in 0G. And life support systems have all but failed, but most of the crew has already been beamed out and into like force fields in the cargo hold, and Mal Gog, of course, has been directed immediately to the brig.
I have a very good security officer.
Yeah. No trace of any alien device on board the vessel.
There's no sign of the device, Captain.
I didn't think so. Good work, everyone. Proud of everyone.
Mission accomplished, I guess.
Today, yeah.
It's always another mission.
Always is. Can I get some security help to the sick bay? Can I get some...
I got you, sir.
Thank you, thank you.
So why don't we cut to you guys going down to Sickbay?
I dispatched
again.
Matazi to meet with everybody who was beamed in immediately while I was helping the captain down.
Okay. So we'll say it's about 15, 20 minutes later. Real quick, I'm going to just go down the row. What is everyone going to be doing? You guys have gone to Sickbay.
On the way out, I would have liked to have said to Talan, obviously we want a full scan of the ship, and we're going to be taking it into Starfleet custody, and anything that we can find that can be helpful.
Maybe they have shuttles.
Yeah.
Lark, make a roll. It's going to be this is going to be a reason. No, I'd say control con. Difficulty 0. Give you guys some momentum.
Want me to juice myself?
Yeah.
Yeah, do whatever you think is right.
Yeah. 3 successes. 3. Well, 3 successes. There we go.
The star date is 53179.2.
That's not right.
317. What?
Oh, no.
53179.2.
0.2.
Oh, no.
What?
How far away did we go?
You are 25 months into the future from where you were.
Again?
Again,
Man, we are just.
you guys have leapt 25 months.
25 months.
Oh.
Well,
Oh, I'm gonna have such an angry Klingon.
Lieutenant Sage to
Here's what else is happening.
hold up.
Despite the shielding on Sally, space-time around Sally has warped.
Yeah.
So as soon as the shielding comes down and you guys, everything is restored to normal, you guys watch the power go begin to immediately drop, and the warp core goes offline.
It was as if we've just been 2 years.
Well, you guys were protected from the aging, the entropic effects of the chronotons, but the lingering effects as the shielding begins to finally wear down after the battle, the aging of the universe around, it's almost like you guys realign to the space-time continuum and power. I mean, it's a minor side effect when you think about the magnitude of what's just happened,
Right.
but
Yeah.
the power, the warp core just goes dark for the very first time since Sally's left Space Talk. The warp core goes dark, and Shiv goes, "Yep." And then he turns to you and goes, "That was a hell of a fucking job you did."
We did it.
Good job, Mala. Good job.
Honestly, I think Sally needed a break.
Yeah.
This is it's gonna be okay.
Yeah, I think so.
I just throw myself at him, and this is the first time you've probably seen Mala not want to go touch machines and just wants to be in the nook of a person.
Okay. So you bend over and throw your arms around Shiv, and
Yeah.
his big hand just kind of,
Don't fight it, just do it.
he just pats you on the back and says,
And just
pats you on the
Someone
back. and
get
just says, You're, hey, where is he anyway?
I don't know. Lind!
He's not in engineering.
Mala, to Lind. Where are you?
There's no reply.
Oh boy. What's up? Oh.
Lind? Has anyone seen Commander? Have they seen him?
Computer, what is the location of Commander Lynn Zadis? And the computer, you hear it chirp, and then you hear it say, Lynn Zadis is in Brig 3.
Yep.
What's
what?
happening?
Why is he? How did he get?
Oh, send me there right now.
What do you mean send you there? Go.
Go.
Do you mean point? What? You know the way?
I can't run. I need to get me there fast now.
You want me to cite you?
Yes.
You got a reason for ordering your commander to do
I think
that?
he's trying to kill Mal Gog.
He wouldn't do that.
Yes, he would.
All right, I'm gonna beam you over there. Commander Zadis, respond. This is Commander Jiv. I'm gonna set the difficulty at 3. Okay. All right, stand by. You beam into the brig. You see, in this brig, there are 2 cells. Now, Sally Ride does not have a lot of holding cells for prisoners. Brig 3 was mostly used for supplies, and there's only 1 holding cell in this area. The actual brig itself has a few holding cells the way it should. In this case, there is an empty cargo hold that has a force field up. And on the other side of the cargo hold, you see a rather large, thick Orion, who is completely clothed in these black leathers, fingerless gloves. I mean, he looks like a pirate. He looks like this typical nasty dude.
Yeah.
He's got black leathers all over him, a bandolier across. You can tell he's got, looks like little badges of honor from probably people he's encountered, splayed across this bandolier, this Klingon bandolier. And he looks in terrible shape. He looks like he's probably being exposed to the vacuum.
Oh.
So he's currently got his hands up to his face, and you can see blood vessels are near the skin, at the surface of the skin, all over his face. And he's just going, ugh. And you see Lynn Zadis standing on the other side, looking in to him, not moving, not saying a word. And Zadis is just standing there, staring at Mal Gog.
He's in the brig?
He's not in the room with Mal Gog.
Okay.
He's on the other side of the force field. You beam in basically a few feet from behind Zadis. Zadis is not in he's outside the force field, just standing there quietly staring at Mal Gog.
You did it.
And he doesn't respond. He just keeps staring at him.
I walk up and I grab his hand and I turn his face to me.
He looks at you.
You're with me now. He's nothing.
I just wanted to see it. I just wanted to see him. That's all. Just wanted to see. I'm with you.
See.
Yeah.
You see me.
I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm with you.
You did it.
Let's get the hell out of here.
Head to forehead.
Okay. And you hearing his mind. It's not an empathy. You hear, I love you, over and over.
I love you, I love you, I love you.
And he places his hands on your face, and the 2 of you sit there. And behind you, this whole time, is Mal Gog, just kind of like...
Let's go.
He doesn't look back. He just... Yeah. And the 2 of you walk out together.
And on the bridge I go, I knew it. But seriously, though, Lieutenant Sage to Captain Martinez.
Martinez here.
I know you're in a lot of pain and stuff, Captain. I just wanted to let you know, remember that time we were all stuck in a time bubble and lost a year and a half?
Yeah.
Yeah. Guess what? We should add a couple extra months to that again.
You see Matazi goes, what?
Medical officer's log, stardate something.
How many months,
to a ship
Lieutenant?
twice?
Lieutenant Sage, how many months?
23, give or take.
23 months? Matazi he tosses up his tricorder and just, as it clatters to the ground, he's like,
25, sorry, 25. My bad.
Well, hopefully the Dominion War's over.
who won?
What? Matazi, we have patients to see to whatever day it is.
Yes, Doctor. Matazi picks it up and just... Right, yes, focusing now. Patience. And moves off. So we're gonna move to the next scene unless there's anything else.
I don't know if it would be my place to do this or not, but I would want to volunteer to go down to the cargo bay and like assess the crew.
Yeah, Matazi will take your help.
Not for physically problems, but to find out who was missing and who,
Sure.
because so many people, a part of his crew, were not. Basically, find out how many Zadis's are on there.
Ship's log.
So
Lead payload for sure.
Basically, all the lost souls that.
So you come
families
across
think are gone. Yeah.
You come across 4 people who were press ganged by Mal Gog.
Okay.
None of them are Starfleet. One of them is human. One of them's Cardassian.
Okay.
And as you
That's
move
cool.
over to scan, this Cardassian looks at you and just goes, "What ship is this?"
The USS Sally Ride.
And it's a Federation ship.
Federation. They're okay now. I'm not sure we've lost a lot of time. I'm not sure what's going on out there, but
You're Bajoran.
yeah. Sort of.
He reaches out for your hand.
I hesitantly shake it. I don't know what
The
he wants.
Cardassian takes your hand immediately and just says, "Thank you."
You're welcome.
And he
We'll get you back to your people.
looks over and you see he's got this weird looking insignia on his chest. And he tears it from his coat and it clatters to the floor and he sinks back against the barrels that are behind him, these cargo barrels. And he just...
I know what you need.
Man,
And I just run off for a second. And then I come back. With you know.
he takes it.
It's good, you'll like it. And I just keep going.
Okay, you walk away.
Yeah. That was the new formula too. Note this.
Needs work.
Or tweak that formula.
When you guys raise, when power finally is restored to the Sally Ride, total of 16 injuries from Ox crew. Sally got battered, but the ablative armor on the ship really, like, you guys were getting hit by Apollo Creed, and you weren't really feeling it too much.
So no casualties.
No casualties.
Resistance is crucial.
Combat did not last very long. You guys basically did a round and a half of combat, and then you pulled out a 6 success. I'm going to bend the narrative using the universe to my will and maneuver, which is totally in keeping. So, but what you do find out is when power comes back online and you guys reconnect with Starfleet, you learn a number of astonishing facts. One, that yes, the Dominion War is over.
Yes. But wait, who won?
The Federation, the Romulan Star Empire, and the Klingons claimed Allied victory over the Cardassians and the Dominion.
I'll have to tell my new friend.
There have been numerous changes in the galaxy. Lots of lives lost. Beta Z has been completely liberated. Bajor is currently in talks with the Federation. But more interesting, Sally Ride was listed as lost 4 months ago.
Surprise!
Yeah. This will be the second time the USS Sally Ride was listed as lost. Only to come out of the ether going, JK, guys.
Was Voyager found? Yet? Or at least not found, but like...
yes.
Yeah?
The USS Voyager has...
Well...
I mean, so, spoilers, Voyager gets home. Yes. The USS Voyager, I'm only going to give you this much. Yes, the USS Voyager has in fact returned.
Who was on the ship? We don't know.
Apparently, the full complement of the crew, and astonishing what news is coming in because you had been reading about this.
Mm-hmm.
You'd have been reading about this in the papers, so the Federation news cycles. But yes, Voyager has returned, and apparently half of her crew is Maquis.
Oh my gosh, stop saying words.
This is all stuff you should know from episode 1.
Yeah.
No,
Oh, I'm
Eliza.
good for tomorrow.
Eliza.
It's episode 1. Okay.
Voyager makes it home. That's a given. All they learn is that Voyager makes it home and that half the crew are Maquis, which is which is kind of
I
like
didn't know what you didn't know, so I'm like,
okay. No,
yeah.
better safe than sorry.
exactly.
No, Voyager has USS Voyager. So the second Intrepid class starship to leave dock these ships were designed for deep space exploration, and holy shit, they apparently are fulfilling their design purposes. Because, damn.
Yeah.
I think I owe him a coffee. I'm just gonna... Maybe.
We'll say it takes about a week of getting Sally back up online. She is going to limp back to Narendra Station, where Mal Gog is immediately turned over to the authorities. Unless you guys want to have a scene with them, I'm going to go ahead and say narratively, Doctor, you are able to treat the wounded. Mal Gog is wanted by the Romulan Star Empire, by the Klingon Empire, and by the Orion... not the Orion Syndicate, the Orion Union. All want Mal Gog. He has a death sentence in all 3 governments.
Fight.
The Klingons will probably just straight up kill him. The Romulans will do things to him that would make Section 31 cringe. And the Orion Syndicate, or the Orion Union, probably even worse than that. But Mal Gog apparently has committed multiple crimes against interstellar law. He has been found guilty, of course, of trafficking biogenic weapons, which you guys busted him for yourselves. He's also been found guilty of piracy, murder, everything you can imagine.
Trafficking.
You're under the arrest for the kidnapping of Starfleet Officer Linzaris.
Among
I
others.
don't know if I'm allowed to say that, but I'm saying it.
I do.
You have the right to me.
In that week, I promised a baptism. I just nick him.
Well, things happen when you're trying to take a prisoner.
Yeah.
To different places. That's
Cut to Sloane just like smoking, going, oh wait, I'm dead at this point.
Yeah.
Cut to whoever's in charge of Section 31 just going, that Sloane guy was probably right about that Sally Ride crew. Back to smoking. Cut back to room.
the real test. The real test is like, have we been in communication with Zazaret? Because he wants Mal Gog.
So,
in an effort to make things a little nicer between the Orion, what was it again? The Orion Union and the Federation in that section of space, are we trying to broker peace? Are we trying to make things go over a little easier? Are we trying to keep that connection with Zazaret?
Raising the station on communications. As you guys, first of all, you have to travel a low warp to get back to Narendra because of the state that Sally is in. But you're able to raise the station on hailing frequencies through the subspace relay. And coming up on screen, you see Koss just sitting there. Looks like he's in the chair that Zazaret was sitting in, and just goes,
Martinez.
Hey, Koss, how you doing, buddy? Looking good.
Thought you were dead.
Yeah, well, you can't keep Sally right down. Is Zazaret around?
Zazaret is gone.
Like gone, or like he left?
Don't know if he's dead. Just gone.
So you're in charge? Good. Well, you have my number. If there's anything that you need, anything that the Sally Ride can help you with.
Do I have a friend in the Federation?
Got a friend in me.
Good.
Yes.
You are friends with Koss.
Cool. That's cool. I've never had a Gorn for a friend. I appreciate that, Koss.
Raises his big Gorn finger and reaches down. And to your revulsion, you see him hold up what looks like a necklace with 2 pointed ears laced through it. And he says,
Oh.
A gift for you when you return.
Shoot, I already have one of those. I'm so sorry. You can hold on to it, but thank you so much. The gesture is too kind. Thank you, Koss. But we will break bread when I visit again. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Bread.
Yes.
Cuts transmission.
I have a random.
Those were definitely Vulcan ears.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so just to conclude, after the interaction, doing some snooping around, apparently there is a huge battle on Cavania Station, in which did not go in Valu's favor because her number one draft pick didn't show up, having been arrested after jumping through time with the USS Sally Ride. Backup did not show up.
2 years too late.
Zazrid, apparently, what you're able to get about the Orion known as Zazrid is that supposedly he is still very much a member of the Orion Union, but people respond to inquiries like, maybe, I don't know, maybe I saw him on this planet.
Yeah, he's out there somewhere.
You get the distinct impression that after 25 months, Zazrid's still out there somewhere. But there's really no trace, no breadcrumbs. And Koss doesn't seem to know anything either.
All right. I'm sure we'll cross paths again.
Fascinatingly enough, though, you all, as your databanks are being updated on the way to Narendra Station, you do catch news that Strethia has applied to and has been accepted into the United Federation of Planets.
Excellent.
That's wonderful.
Especially after the Dominion War.
Yeah.
They need help. So Strethia has become the first world in the Shackleton Expanse to join the Federation after its encounters with the USS Sally Ride.
That's going to be the first place we will be taking shore leave as well.
Yes, it is.
Shore leave, must we, sir?
Yes, real short.
I have a quick
We can
question.
avoid it by going a place with no shore.
Completely irrelevant to anything. What was the name of the Cardassian I met down in the... Does he have a name?
He didn't want to give a name.
Okay.
Interesting.
When you press him, he simply says prisoner.
Prisoner. All right.
Okay.
So we're going to cut to the USS Sally Ride after 25 months. Though it didn't pass that way for you guys again. You guys got to stop getting into fights with people with chronoton weapons.
People are going to think we've discovered the fountain.
Do that.
Anyway, people are going to think we've discovered the fountain of youth. We just haven't aged. They're just like, well, you guys look amazing.
What's
You
up?
haven't aged a day.
What's going on? We need more whales. We're going to slingshot. We're
Yeah.
going back in time, everybody.
We're going to go back. Pulling into space dock, Narendra Station looks a little different as you guys are pulling into dock. It is a hub of activity. It is hundreds of ships, and it looks like renovations. It looks like the station itself is being expanded upon, and communication rays are being enhanced. But it looks like they're actually building more station onto this upper half of the station itself. It doesn't look like it's a huge project, but you see a ton of civilian ships flying in and out. You do see a couple of Klingon battlecruisers in dock. You see the USS Dauntless is docked here once again at Narendra Station. And a few more Federation starships. As you guys come into the system at impulse power, you are immediately hailed by Admiral Hebert. And when her face comes up on screen,
sir.
when her face comes up on screen, she just looks at you and goes, I really have no words, Captain. When we caught wind that y'all were headed back, we opened a bottle of champagne on the deck. We thought the Sally Ride was lost. And after the Dominion War, I gotta tell you, it feels damn good to see a ship come home.
It's good to see you too, Admiral. We are tired. So we,
I've read your debrief. It's pretty remarkable.
It was. It is. But we're home now, so.
Well, you are cleared to dock.
Thank you, Admiral.
Starfleet has orders for the Sally Ride to return to Earth immediately, but I think you all should be given a bit of R&R, don't you? Before you head out?
That. Yeah, we would definitely appreciate that, Admiral. Thank you.
I'll let Starfleet know that I forgot to give you those orders right away. Admiral's discretion.
Appreciate it.
Captain, welcome home.
Thank you.
Narendra out. You guys pull into dock. We'll cut to the promenade as members of the Sally Ride crew are stepping off. Ox crew is laughing, trading stories back and forth about some of the things that they just went through. Everybody's immediately headed to the bar areas. People are making sure that they sign up for the holosuite. As you step off, Martinez, as you're walking down and watching everybody, Miss Moore comes running towards you. Looks like she was waiting. But as you step off, you spot her just a few feet away. Rue, initial instinct when you see somebody charging your captain. And she throws her arms around you when she sees you. She goes, oh my God, I can't believe you're alive. I'm very happy you're alive. I can believe that you're alive because you've done some crazy things in your life. Hi.
Hey, hi. Good to see you. Sorry I was away for 25 months. Got stuck in time or something.
Is this gonna be a thing?
I don't think so.
25 months? You've been gone.
Yeah.
I thought I was never seeing you again.
It's good to see you, Tanya.
She puts her hands on your face and she looks in your eyes. She's like, look, I'm gonna be direct. The next thing better not be dinner. I don't mean to put you on the spot.
What do you mean, like the next thing I have to go do?
Whatever it is that we're gonna do next, it's got to be more than dinner.
Are you coming on to me?
I'm coming on to you. 25 months.
Do the thing.
I went through the lighting of the candle stuff, and then I heard last week that you were flying in, and I'm.
This is adorable. All right, okay, let's go. Let's go. Lead the way. Yes, of course.
I'm also a captain, and I'm terrible at relationship stuff. Maybe we should start there.
Yeah, sounds good.
Commander, can I borrow your captain?
Permission granted.
Thank you.
And led away.
Let me know if you need climbing gear, sir.
Will do, Commander. Thank you.
Okay, where are the three of you guys headed? Do y'all have any? Dorothy is. Well, the three. Like, I want to know what Throlo, Lark, and.
Cool.
Yeah.
Just want to know which three.
Yeah. Sorry, I thought Amy said three. Throlo, Lark, and Talon. I'm just curious what y'all are up to.
I'm gonna head. Well, when do we receive the news about Bajor? Probably on our way back, right?
Yeah, you've received that news on the way back. But interesting enough, when you arrive on the Narendra station, there are Bajorans here. Look like some of them are civilians. You've been on you've been here on Narendra a few times, Talon, and looking around, you can tell the energy here. You've been here when it was the Klingon War. You were here pre-Dominion War. You were here when the Dominion War had kicked off. You've seen the station go through all of its cycles of mourning, and right now it is vibrant and alive. This station looks like the way the galaxy looked right when you got your assignment to the Sally Ride. And you're watching species of all different types walk around. Everyone's of different cultures intermingling completely without fear and curiosity, talking to each other as they're walking and sharing data, as they're walking over to like panels and comparing notes. People talking about star charts and updating each other on. It is alive at Narendra Station. This place looks like, if you can imagine, as a meta description, DS9 and its prime.
I'd like to go to a panel and send a message to my parents.
Okay.
It's brief. It'll be a text message. And it will say, I am alive and well, still in the Shackleton Expanse. On first opportunity, we'll visit Bajor. You are welcome to come. That's it.
Okay.
And then I just go for my walk, my constitutional around the station, and just look at all of this life bustling around. And
what are you doing, Lark? You would probably see her doing her rounds.
I'm gonna go to the promenade.
Okay.
Because I have a feeling like everyone's just there. Everyone's just kind of bustling and stuff. And go find Prisoner really quick.
He is being kept in the medical facility, and
shit. Darn.
When you arrive, he's actually being tended to by a Klingon doctor.
Okay.
As you walk in, she turns and looks at you and just goes, "What's wrong with you?"
Nothing. I just wanted to.
Why are you in sickbay then? You're taking up space.
Just wanted to say hi really quick.
Fine. And she moves away.
I'm just gonna go up and be like, okay, look, one of my best friends went through something very similar that you did, and I know that you're probably really hurting and not wanting to talk or anything, but if you do need to talk, you can find me. I'll be around.
He looks at you kind of. I've just learned that Cardassia has been all but destroyed by the Dominion. I had family there. And the stupidity of the military government. And you see the words kind of fall, and he just... Why would you say that to me? You are Bajoran.
Yeah, but, I mean, you were... I know just from hearing from my friend what you went through, and I don't know. I just figured you might be lost and could use a friend. If you have any information about your family, I can help you look. Maybe they're okay. I'm looking for mine too.
Maybe I can help you find yours.
Okay. I'm Anel.
Or Cole.
It's way better than Prisoner.
It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Just know if you need to talk. It helps, actually. I didn't think talking helps. It helps.
He nods.
Okay.
Talon, as you are doing your rounds, you kind of glance off to the side and you see as you're kind of looking off to the side, before you're pulled away from the side of it, you see curious behavior. As you're walking up to one of the windows that look out over the Shackleton Expanse, you see Commander Rue, Kolar, and Throlo standing apart from each other, and they all seem to be having a conversation together. And as someone who observes behavior, it doesn't look. It looks like the three of them are. It looks like they're very familiar with each other. We'll just put it that way. And you see, Kolar is normally this kind of stiff Klingon, and you've only ever seen him kind of relax a little bit around Rue. Either something has changed over this time, or he's gained a level of trust, but as you're watching, you notice his body posture has changed. He looks a lot more relaxed. Maybe it's because it's not wartime anymore and he's a Klingon, but he looks a little more comfortable.
If I can add one thing, I was just going to declare that was where I was on my way to, but I came off of the ship with McQueen, and you would have seen us holding hands, and a squeeze of the hand before McQueen headed off to the bar, and I headed over to Rue.
So then we would say that whole scene is unfolding in front of you as you're watching. And then you hear a voice next to you say, "Do you understand now?" And in the reflection of the window, you see him again.
I think so. I have no control. And there is no set of rules or guidelines for how to be who I am. So yes, I believe I do understand now.
And he turns, he's suddenly there. He squeezes your shoulders and he says, "Then let's start the next journey." That's where we stop.
Yay.
So next week will be the epilogue of Shield of Tomorrow. Yeah. Well, the fuck done. The rolls tonight. My God.
We had a
nicely done.
Success.
You guys were really going for the narrative, but man, you played it. Like you I threw mechanics at y'all and you played it. Nicely done, crew. The epilogue next Friday night.
Just kidding, we have 20 more episodes. JK, y'all!
The next, I will tell you all now, I'll go ahead and let the audience know, the next episode will take place 30 years from the events of this game, where the crew of the USS Sally Ride will reunite one more time. So stay tuned for Behind the Shield, its final episode. We hope to see you guys there, and then Gather Your Party tonight is about science. Just throwing that out there. We'll see you guys soon. Until then, hailing frequencies closed.